The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
And the serve just clears the top of the net. Played by the Bombers.
Media Group production.
Into the lane and just gets the roll.
Wow. Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Jeff Schaefer.
It is homecoming. Good evening, folks. I'm Jeff Schaefer, and with me again tonight is the 2011 Washington State Coach of the Year, first-team All-American running back for Bethel University in 1996, an Ogilvie alumni, an Ogilvie Hall of Famer, Ogilvie Community Education Director, and all-around football genius, Jeremy Tweet.
Oh, my. Hello. Good evening, everybody. We're all excited for a great homecoming here tonight. We got the Mille Raiders in town, and they're undefeated, and we couldn't ask for a better night here tonight.
Yeah, looks like we're sitting about 54 degrees tonight there. A little bit of a slight breeze. Everything kind of working in favor for a beautiful evening of football. Tonight, like you just said, we do have the Lions and the Mille Raiders. This is a non-conference matchup. Ogilvie is in the orange and black tonight, and the Raiders are representing the white jerseys. Tonight, the Ogilvie Lions and the Raiders are going to be playing, Jeremy, here at Strzekeski Field, and we're looking for an exciting matchup. Big game. We have a 6-0 powerhouse coming down from 1A versus a 4-2 kind of middle of the road Lions team, but very different teams here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where on paper it looks like it should be all Mille, and the reality is when these two teams get together, you never know what's going to happen. They scrimmaged in the Jamboree early in the year. It was a very, very even contest, but Mille has done better since the season started. They've taken care of a few opponents that Ogilvie has not been able to take care of. And you're right, Jeff. Mille was a 1A team last year. They went to the section championship, had every opportunity to win that game and go to the state tournament. And now they're down at 9-man, which is a big change and puts another roadblock in front of the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions this year, 4-2, 3-2 in the conference, currently in third place in the conference. Next week against Sebeka will solidify their playoff place. But Sebeka is playing Verndale tonight, and both teams are 2-2 in the conference, so just underneath the Lions. One of them will have a matching record with the Lions after tonight, so the Lions will need to do what they can to keep that winning streak kind of going. So I'd like to see us go into that game with a W here and be on a streak versus kind of going uphill next week.
Well, you know, the Lions really, really need a win for playoff purposes tonight, you know, and it sets them up a lot better if they can get a win tonight. That probably a home game if they get a win tonight versus a road game. And it's been a long time, actually, since the Lions have had a road game in the first round.
Yeah, for sure. The Raiders not too worried about their playoff berth right now. They're pretty much set to go 6-0 on the season, giving up 66 points only. And scoring 222. The team is averaging 37 points for and 11 against. Cromwell and Sebeka both scored 22 and 20 points respectively against the Raiders in their losses, whereas all the other teams only had one single touchdown each. So they've given up a single touchdown every week, but some of those giving up 3 and almost 4 against Cromwell there.
Yeah, Jeff, I tell you what, you know, the Mille Raiders they're coming in with a full head of steam. They have not. They've had a couple closer games for a while. Some of them have been close at halftime, but they've taken it to their opponents in the second half, and they're sitting in a spot that they are. I believe they're ranked 6th or 7th in the state.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a big test for the Lions. We're really excited about the matchup tonight.
Yeah, I think they're at 6th. We're at 14th right now, is in the 9-man division here. So the Lions, unfortunately or fortunately, are also used to a tough first half of every game, and then either open it up or get opened up on. And so it looks like the majority of our games have been, hey, we're either getting a blowout or giving a blowout, one or the other. So,
yeah, the games that we've broadcasted together, Jeff, have been blowout games, and the closer games have been on the road. But this is our final home game night tonight for the Lions, and Mille Lacs is going to come in here expecting to win. And just like last week when you interviewed Coach Chertesky, and he talked about how traditionally the Lions always expected to win every single game, and when we didn't win, it was like, okay, what went wrong? Because we're in shock right now that we didn't win a game, and I'm guessing the Mille Lacs Raiders are in a very similar situation right now. They are a very confident football team.
Yeah, that's for sure. And they're confident because they have some good players over on that Mille Lacs side. Number 27, Gabe Honig, one of our big guys we need to be watching out for. You had mentioned briefly before we got on the air here, they're going to be spreading him out and doing a whole bunch of stuff with him.
Yeah, he's listed at a position, but really he's playing multiple positions, and he's going to do a number of different things. They're going to put him in tight. They're going to spread him out. They're going to find different ways to get him the football because he's their playmaker. And, it just depends on all the scouting and the film watching, and can the Lions pick up any tendencies based off of how number 27 lines up for Mille Lacs, or are they just going to execute to the point where it doesn't matter whether the Lions know or not? That'll remain to be seen, and I'm excited to see what they can do to stop Honig.
Well, that'll be Derek Maygard on the defensive side with his son Carter Maygard as one of the lead components to that defense over there. Other key components for the Lions are Caden Feldy at running back, Brody Smith at running back as well, Xander Kimball at quarterback, and Johnny Hoffman kind of playing that wing back, in addition to Brody Maygard, Carter's younger brother, at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, and you need guys like that to step up in games like this, right? Carter Maygard he's got a cast on his hand, and he's got it all wrapped up, but you know what? He's a very determined player, and like we've said in the past, a very quiet kid by nature, but when he puts his pads on and straps on his helmet, he gets loud real quick. And we'll see how he can do tonight with the cast on against a very, very good Mille Lacs football team.
Yeah, for sure. Carter does speak loud on the field, and for those that were with us last time, he was our Pine City Insurance Player of the Game, and not a whole lot of words were said up here in the booth, but Carter did a great job on the field, and so because Carter does a great job on the field, and sometimes people need that recognition, we also need to give some recognition to some of our sponsors here. So we're going to do a quick sponsor break here. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
Power of attorney, wills, healthcare, funeral and cremation directives, and other issues seem overwhelming. Plan for those ahead of time. Join Methven Funeral and Cremation Services for a free seminar for area residents called Food and Funerals, Wednesday the 23rd in Sandstone. Learn from a panel of local experts and realize that most things are fairly simple and affordable if taken care of ahead of time. Food and Funerals, a free event. Reserve your spot today.
I'm Ebony. I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine.
Whether you're looking for bold color,
Fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes.
We're all about hair that feels like you.
At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
There's always room for you at Dapper and Divine. How would you like to get a brow wax for free? Mention this ad with any coloring, free brow wax all month. Dapper and Divine, on the corner of Main Street.
Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway is open for the season.
Ogilvie Raceway, with racing action every weekend. The high-banked oval dirt track and 80-acre complex includes concessions, bar and restaurant, hospitality kiosks, and VIP suites. Come for the trackside tailgating.
Stay for the racing action.
Schedules, tickets, and race day info available at ogilvieraceway.com.
Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway.
Don't let the action pass you by. Highway 23 Ogilvie.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store.
Coach, this is Adam Hefty from KBEK.
That's great.
Okay, we finally got hooked up, huh?
Yeah, sounds like we did. All right. Well, thanks for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, sorry I was hard to get a hold of.
Oh no, you're fine. We'll get this done, and then we'll get it put on the pregame for your game on Friday.
Okay, good.
All right. Yes, and welcome in. We are joined by head coach of the Ogilvie Lions, Dave Halverson. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be on.
Of course. So 4-2 on the season so far. What have you thought of your squad so far here in the first 2/3 of the season?
We kind of played up and down. The games that we lost, we made quite a few mistakes and had some penalties and stuff that brought some touchdowns back. So, and the games that we won, we played pretty good. Last week had a slow start, but in the second half we played pretty good.
Yeah, and I imagine consistency was the focal point of, whether you won or lost.
It was, yep. Penalties and mistakes, like I said, are big factors in football, and fewest mistakes usually wins.
Gotcha. And then you have a couple important up over the next couple weeks. We'll focus on Mille Lacs here. Mille Lacs, the second seed in your section, but only 7th in the QRF. So a big game with the Raiders and a new opponent for Ogilvie in 9-man.
Yeah, they were been 11-man for a few years, and they are in 9-man this year. So, and when they were 11-man, we played them some, and it was kind of when it was Ilo Namian, it was some quite a bit of competition then, and they haven't lost yet. So we're going to have to be on our best game to beat them.
Yeah, Mille Lacs is a very tough matchup. They're right behind Cromwell Wright, but you're able to play a lot of your section. How important is that as a squad to really understand what your section brings to the table?
If we want to get a good seed, we're going to have to. This will be a big game, and the last one will be too. To get, it's based on QRF points, so not based on wins and losses necessarily, but who you play and how they are.
Yeah, then I'm sure you've seen some film on Mille Lacs. What do they do really well that you guys need to watch out for?
They're a very aggressive team. They aren't an overly big team, but they really run and hit and seem to execute pretty good on offense too. So, but they're a highly aggressive team.
Yeah, and then believe it or not, we are towards the back end of the season. Is it important to go into the playoffs really as the best team you've been all year?
Yeah, that's our goal, is to improve every game and every practice and stuff. But sometimes pros make mistakes and kids do too. And it's just part of the game that happens, and we try to clean that up.
Yeah, and how is the health of your team? I know you don't want to give out specific information, but how are you doing in that department?
We have some injuries. We have a broken ankle and a broken thumb, I think it is, and a couple other smaller ones where the guys will be playing. But broken ankle was kind of a tough one because one of our starters and a kid that hadn't played for a while, and he's playing this year and playing pretty well, and so he's out for the year. And the thumb one, I think, is having a checkup today or something like that. So we'll know more about that this afternoon.
Gotcha. And then when we're talking about the Mille Lacs game here for the pregame, what do you want to see out of your squad? I mean, outside of obviously a win, what do you want to see from them?
Well, consistency on both sides of the ball, and fewer mistakes. And they have a quarterback that does a run option, and we have to stay on our side of the ball. Can't be over pursuing and stuff. Or he'll take to the fullback, come back the other way, and if we aren't staying home, he's going to run with the ball.
Absolutely. Before I let you go off, what is there anything else you'd like to touch on?
Well, it's homecoming week here, so that can be both positive and negative sometimes with what's going on, but we hope it's a positive this week, and the kids have lots of activities, and shorten our practice a little tonight for some things going on, and we just hope that they can get focused once game times.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Dave Halverson of the Ogilvie Lions, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks. Jeremy and I are back here right now. PA announcer Scott Bowman is going through the starting lineups. Those of you watching on YouTube, you are seeing that on your screen right now. We are with the Mille Lacs Raiders right now and getting through the end of their lineup of their starters. Jeremy, I didn't see who won the toss. Were you able to observe that?
I missed that, but I'm watching the starting lineups, and it's Mille Lacs has a coach who's obviously really fired up. He's out there with the starting lineups, and he's chest bumping everybody. So, they're doing their best to make sure they're ready to roll against the Lions.
Yep, Lions are introducing their offense here first. Their offense. So I'm going to make an assumption. I don't know that Mille Lacs is going to be kicking off to the Lions here.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Sometimes the starting lineups are predetermined before the coin toss ever starts, and so we'll find out. But I'm guessing both teams want to see their defense on the field first, and so we'll see what happens. But the lines are being introduced right now, and they're pretty energetic on their starting lineups as well, and they should be. We're excited, Jeff. I mean, how many times you get a chance on your homecoming to play a team that's undefeated and get a chance to pull off a big upset? Yeah,
and it's not only that they're undefeated, but also knowing that, you have a team that can go out there and do it. You guys play a good, solid team, all sides of the ball, all three sides of the ball, and you can come off with a W here. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to come off, and you have to play strong and keep everybody in the game.
Well, I think a game like tonight is turnovers. If you can protect the ball, not turn the ball over, you have every opportunity. If the other team turns the ball over, you got to take advantage of those mistakes.
Yep, and we're gonna give a little pause of silence here, and we're gonna turn up our mics as loud as we can as we have the national anthem being sung by Mary Besser. All right, that was Mary Besser with the national anthem, and we are set to roll here at Strachetsky Field. Beautiful night. The flag not moving at all, so not in a factor at all tonight.
No, they predicted the winds to drop today. It was pretty gusty earlier today, but they predicted by 7 p.m. it would be still, and it is. Jeff, it's always an honor to watch the Ogilvie American Legion raise the flag for the home football games. They do a great job. They represent our community very well, and we're extremely excited that they commit to the Lions.
Excellent. And speaking of the community, next weekend is the season finale at the Ogilvie Raceway, the 2025 Topless Nationals. Live bands, costume contests, kids trick-or-treating, and more. Tickets always available at the door at Ogilvie Raceway. Bring the whole family October 17th and 18th.
Well, it looks like Ogilvie must have won the toss and deferred to the second half because the Mille Lacs Raiders are lining up to kick. And back deep for the Lions, we have Brody Smith and Caden Feldy.
Yeah, and Johnny Hoffman kind of playing a blocker right in front of them, a little bit different than what we've seen in the past. He's only 5 yards in front of them there.
Yeah, they're kind of putting 3 men deep, and it's their 3 best athletes, so why not?
Here we are. Boom, it's homecoming day. And the ball goes to Feldy on the left-hand side, picked up at the 25, up to the 30, to the 40, to the 45, and pushing his way all the way past midfield to the 46 of the Mille Lacs Raiders. Great game. We said in the pregame there, Jeremy, that they have to play on all sides. Well, that was great for special teams there. Great job by Caden Feldy.
Well, I tell you what, that's a great start for the Lions because they got great field position to start the game at the 46-yard line of the Raiders. A great run by Feldy, some great blocks that put him in a great spot. And here they are in a split backfield with the wing on the right side.
Lots of noise coming from the Mille Lacs Raiders over here on the sideline, and Brody Smith with the first handoff here off to the right side, and a good gain of about 6 yards there.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's really, really exciting to see how well the Lions line came off the line on that first snap. They definitely pushed the Mille Lacs Raiders back and got a really good gain to start the first possession.
Here we go again. Lots of cheering again from the Raiders, if you hear that in the microphones. The handoff goes to Caden Feldy off to the left side all the way to the 36, 37-yard line, close to the first down. We'll see where the mark is here.
Looks like they're going to be just short, about a yard short of the first down. Third down for the Lions, and I'm guessing they'll probably try to see if they can get them to jump off sides here, and if not, power their way through for a first down.
Quick reminder for those that listen to our pregame show, here's the pitch in North Branch is the area premier indoor training facility. Fast pitch, slow pitch, and baseball cages. Tune up your swing at Here's the Pitch. We got Xander Kimball. Pitch off to the left side to Brody Smith. Brody Smith off to the left to about the 32-yard line. That's going to be an Ogilvie Lions first down.
Well, I tell you what, number 9, the defensive lineman for the Raiders, Capanos, jumped through there really quick, but he picked the wrong gap, and that was the Lions' benefit. They got a first down on that. Had he gone the other gap, it might have been a stop in the backfield.
So here we go. We see Xander Kimball coming up to the line again, getting his Lions repped. He's behind center here with a split back set. Pitch goes to Caden Feldy on the right-hand side. Caden Feldy weaving and pushing and driving the pile as far as he can, all the way up to the 29-yard line.
Well, the Raiders are really quick on that defensive front. They got some great athletes that are not big, but they get outside real quick. It's going to be really tough. He had to cut it inside in a hurry, and that's just a credit to the Raiders' defense.
We're going to have 2nd and 8 here from the 30-yard line of the Raiders. Ogilvie driving forward every time here. Xander Kimball under center, taking a little bit of time there. Split back set here. Hard count by Xander Kimball and getting the Raiders to jump there. Jeremy, we saw Xander Kimball a few times last week with that hard count. Really, really hard to predict that. It looked like they were going maybe on 2 or 3 there and gave that hard count, and we saw the Raiders jump off there.
Well, the Raiders are lining up in a 4-man front, but only one of them is down in a 3-point stance. The other 3 are all standing up in a 2-point stance. They're really, really aggressive, so the Lions caught them on that one.
Little bit of confusion. Here's Xander Kimball kind of looking back at Adam Halverson, the offensive coordinator here, and a little bit at the referee. Not really sure, a little confusion. Ogilvie does have to call the timeout, and with that timeout, we too will call a timeout here to hear from some of our sponsors.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature
Mom's
combos
Parkside
and
Cafe
delicious
in
treats
Pine
always
City
at your
proudly
local
serves
A&W
breakfast
restaurant.
skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
All right, Jeremy, we came right back into action here, and we had a little bit of a reset. Not sure exactly.
Well, apparently the refs weren't ready. Apparently our commercials weren't done, and so they waited just
They waited for us.
longer.
Well, that was excellent. I had timed it out pretty perfect. We have Caden Feldy shooting up the middle, and all the way past the first down marker, all the way to the 26, 25-yard line of the Raiders. That's going to be an Ogilvie Lions first down.
Well, I tell you what, that was a really nice, just a straight-up dive play, and Caden just kind of weaved and broke a couple arm tackles and got a really nice gain out of that. Really excited to see that. Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of the Raiders.
Xander Campbell under center, split back set. Winger Johnny Hoffman off to the right, and also Brody Magard off to the right. It looks like a QB sneak up the middle. We have a flag on the play. It was about a 1 or 2 yard gain by Kimball.
Well, it's interesting. That's a rough call to go against the Lions.
False start on the Lions.
There's 3 or 4 guys coming up for the Raiders, making it look like they're blitzing, and I'm sure they were. And so they went on 2 and on 3, and they still didn't come. So Xander decided to do a sneak, which is really a smart play because they're all coming on the outside. But he started moving forward before he ever get the ball, and it was a false start on the quarterback.
So 1st and 15, and we have Xander Campbell under set, split back set, same look. Fake to Smith, and the handoff goes to Johnny Hoffman. Johnny Hoffman puts the ball on the ground, and the Raiders come up with a huge takeover right at the 30-yard line of their own side. Oof, can't have those.
Oh, man, I tell you, that's a heartbreaker right there because the Lions were driving. They were doing everything right. Boy, I tell you, you get a false start penalty, gets you off your confidence a little bit, and then all of a sudden you get a bad handoff. Couldn't tell for sure if it was the handoff, it was the running back here, Johnny Hoffman, on the reverse, but the reality is it was a poor exchange, and the Mille Lacs Raiders are getting the ball on their own 31-yard line.
Well, now we get to see a little bit of Raiders action here. So we got number 11, Wesley Harrington. The QB gives it to number 25 is Philip Bobber.
Yeah, the quarterback, Harrington, he's a really good athlete and can cause some serious problems for the Lions. So far, that's our first one. He didn't really carry out much of a fake. My guess is he is a threat on the ground, but a stop there for 3 yards, so it's 2nd and 7 for the Raiders.
So we got Harrington from the shotgun, and that's Gabe Honig to his left there. The hand goes to Honig. Honig kind of up the middle there, and that is not Honig. That's Phil Bobber too.
Yeah, again, they're trying to pound the middle. They want to see what Ogilvie can do. They've seen a couple games where Ogilvie's given up the run up the middle a little bit, and so they're attacking the middle to start the game. It's going to be 3rd and 4 here. Really good job on the Lions defense. They're in a 4-man front right now, and they've got some pretty big boys up front. But the athleticism of the Raiders is tough.
So we got two wide receivers for the Raiders off to the right side, wing back to the left, and a single back. Fake to the back, and it goes to number 27. That is Gabe Honig on the reception there on the left side of the field. Looks like a Raiders first down, gain of about 8 there, or gain of about 4.
I tell you what, as a defensive coach, that is really frustrating to watch because that's who they're going to look for on 3rd down. They put him in spots. They run him across the field, and there was no line within 7 yards of him when he caught the ball, and that's just not going to work. You have to be able to know where the best player is on the other team at all times and be able to make that adjustment. So hopefully the Lions can do that.
Raiders coming out with the same look, single back set. You got 2 wide receivers to the right there, and looks like Honig goes behind the line of scrimmage and then receives the ball, and then off to the races is he up off the right sideline to about the 50-yard line. It's going to be second and about 2.
Yeah, it's just a straight bubble pass. Lined him up in the slot on the right side. He bubbled back, and when you see that, they're going to do one of 2 things. They're either going to throw it to him, or he's a decoy so they can throw it deep. So this time they threw it to him, and we know they're going to try to get him the ball. This time he's lined up as a tight end.
Yep, single back set, 2 wide receivers here, and we got Honig as a tight end. It is a QB keeper. That's Harrington with about a 1-yard loss on that one.
Great job by McElroy on that one. He read it really, really well and was right there. 3-yard to go for the first down, a 1-yard loss, and we'll see what they come up with here. You got to look for number 27. You know they're going to probably try to get him the ball.
Yep, so we do have the Raiders 3rd and 3, 6:47 ticking down here at Strateski Field. And they are coming up with a very tight formation. Looks like trips left and a single back set on the left-hand side of Harrington as well. Harrington does keep Harrington and in the backfield hands it off to number 25, Philip Bobber, and deep in there is Carter Maygard with an 8-yard loss, 6-yard loss on the play by Carter Maygard.
Oh, my word, Jeff. What a domination there from Maygard. There was nobody that could stop him, and he was in that backfield so quick. And number 25 was like, oh, what just hit me?
Yeah, Philip Bobber didn't see that train coming through. Raiders are electing to punt here. Punter gets the ball. No, that's blocked by Carter Maygard. Carter Maygard picks it up and stumbles all the way to the 26-yard line of the Raiders.
What a big play for the Lions. Oh, my goodness. They came in so quick. There was 3 different guys that could have blocked that punt, and Maygard was able to scoop it up and get to the 26, 27-yard line. And the Lions got to take advantage here. This is what we talked about as far as the turnovers. A block punt is just like a turnover, and they've got to get something right here on first down at the 27 of the Raiders.
Holy cow. Carter Maygard, 2 huge plays in a row there. We got Xander Campbell under center, hands off to Brody Smith. Brody Smith off to the right side, and Brody Smith twisting and turning all the way down to the 5-yard line, maybe 6-yard line of the Raiders. Brody Smith, huge gain there.
Yeah, the Lions were in a split backfield. They handed it off on a power from the left back, Brody Smith, going to the right side of the Lions offense, and he just powered through. Great surge on that offensive front by the Lions, and then he had a spin move and got another few yards. First down at the 7-yard line for the Lions.
5:22 left to play here in the first quarter. Very exciting. We got Xander Campbell under center. Split single back is Caden Feldy. Couple backs. Handoff goes to Caden Feldy off to the right side. Caden Feldy can push it. We got and we have a touchdown, Ogilvie Lions. Caden Feldy. The indication came from the Ogilvie Lions first, and then finally the umpires the refs put their hands in the air, signaling a Ogilvie Lions touchdown. 6-0 Ogilvie Lions.
Well, it was the exact same formation as the play before. They just switched the backs. This time they put Caden Feldy on the left side. They ran the power to the right, and he just kept driving those orange cleats of his all the way into the end zone. We'll see if they can pick up the 2-point conversion.
So we got Campbell from the shotgun. Johnny Hoffman going in motion off to the right. That's a QB keeper. Campbell pushing and driving. Oh, it's going to be close. And they're going to call him just short. That is a no good on the conversion there for the Lions. It looks like he was inches short on that conversion try.
Well, when you get stood up, straight up and down, and you're not going to fall forward. So he got a little too high, was not able to fall into the end zone. Unfortunately, he fell backwards. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt the Lions, because that was a huge opportunity for them to take an 8-0 lead. But to the Lions' credit, they got the ball back on a great spot after the block punt, and I tell you what, they took a couple plays. I think it was 2-3 plays, and they were in the end zone. They weren't messing around. So great start for the Lions. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. They have a 6-0 lead.
In the end zone, puts him on the Embrace Orthodox scoreboard. Embrace Orthodox Orthodontics custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. What an exciting first start to our game here, Jeremy. We saw two times the Lions had the ball. They got the ball back on the great recovery by Carter Maygard, and the Raiders had the ball but thwarted that opportunity. And so here we go again with the Lions. They're going to kick off to the Raiders for the first time. That is Carter Maygard with the kick, and back is number 21 for the Raiders, and driving his way all the way to the 38-yard line is Ricky Zortman.
No, that's 27. Honig.
27. Oh, I'm
Yep,
so sorry.
So that's the guy we do not want to kick it to. But we did. We kicked it right to him, and he got back to the 39-yard line. He got right through the first surge. There was one guy there to make the tackle. I couldn't tell who it was, but it's a good thing he made that tackle because one move and Honig would have been gone there.
So the Raiders starting off with pretty decent field position at their own 38. We have Harrington with a single back set. We got 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Harrington with a receiver in motion, number 45, and Harrington on the keeper. And deep in the backfield, once again, we have Caden Feldy back there and Carter Maygard. That's an Ogilvie Tigers turnover again. The ball goes on the ground, and we pick that thing up.
Well, I tell you what, there was such penetration in there. They were running the fake jet sweep. They had a motion coming from the left side. They faked the jet sweep. They were going to run the counter back the other direction, but there were 2 Lions in the backfield to cause the ball to fall on the ground, and McElroy was able to jump on it again. We talked about turnovers, Jeff. I tell you what, if we can keep getting turnovers and take advantage, this is going to go our way, but we've got to execute and take advantage of the turnovers.
That's right. And the Lions, I don't know. I think I was told by our camera operator, Deanna Small, that I did say Tigers, and I apologize for that. We've been Lions all day, every day here, and I apologize. So we do have the Lions, and on first down here, we get about a 5-yard gain up the middle.
Well, I think it's that thing where you just get so excited. It's that Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh
my.
You know?
That's right.
That's what it comes down to, and that's okay. Well, we'll take animals over the Raiders all day.
That's right. That's right. They won't be raiding our den, will they? All right, Xander Kimball under center here, split back set, and Johnny Hoffman in the wing off to the right. Handoff goes to the left to Caden Feldy. Caden Feldy rushing forward, getting close to the first down, about a 3-4 yard gain on that second down.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 2. The Lions surge again, but right now, you got to give it to the Raiders defense. They are just really athletic and really fast, and it's going to be really tough to break a long one against them just because of how athletic they are.
Yeah, and we have good athleticism on our side too, over on the Lions sideline there, and we're going to have to use every bit of that. And so with that said, we got Xander Kimball under center, split back set, 2 guys off to the left there. Ball goes to the right. It's the same play off to the right. And Caden Feldy rushing all the way to the end zone, and touchdown, Caden Feldy. The nearest official did not give the touchdown.
Yeah, Jeff, I tell you what, I've been watching all the officials. I was trying to figure out what was going on. He just made one jump cut to the outside, and boy, his speed and his tenacious running got him all the way into the corner. He dove in, knocked that pylon outside, which means that's a touchdown.
Yeah, tough to tell from the officiating crew if they were going to give that touchdown or not. So sorry for the delayed call on that, but we didn't have a whole lot of indication. Xander Kimber off to shotgun, hands off to Brody Smith off to the left side, and the conversion is good for 2.
Again, boy, we ran a shotgun look there, handed out to Brody Smith. He was going to the left side, but everybody over pursued, and he cut right back up the middle and basically got in untouched until he crossed the goal line. So that's a huge, huge 2-point conversion for the Lions.
First quarter with 3:26, we have the Ogilvie Lions up 14-0 on our Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodont care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com.
Boy, here we go, Jeff. 3.5 minutes left. A great start for the Lions, but there's a lot of ball game left, so they've got to keep their composure. Mille Lacs is going to make a run because this game's a tide of turns, and they're going to make sure that they give their opportunity. But right now, if I was the Lions, I would not kick the ball deep to number 27.
Nope.
He is their guy, and they got to find another way because you don't want to put the ball in the best player's hands.
Nope, that's 100%. And we had the ball in Caden Feldy's hands, and it hurt the Raiders real bad. So Big Carter 99 kicking it off, and once again, it does go to Honig, and Honig kind of up the middle, off to the left side, and Honig off to the races, up to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. Gabe Honig to the 10, and touchdown Raiders, and Jeremy, just like that, the Raiders are on the board. You said it. Do not kick to that man. Do not kick to him. And they put the ball in his hands and let him run. Woo!
I don't know what else to say, Jeff. When you put the ball in the best player's hands, the best player usually has a way to make things happen. So you find a way to not put it in his hands. And unfortunately, he made a great move there. A jump cut just like Feldy made, jumped to the outside, and nobody could catch him.
The Raiders have yet to have a full set of downs here yet, but yet are on the scoreboard. A couple fumbles here early, and then a kickoff return for a touchdown by Honig, and a 2-point conversion, fortunately for the Lions, is no good. The handoff was to number 11, Wesley Harrington. Just want to give our reminder to all of those looking for something to do next weekend. It's the season finale at the Ogilvie Raceway, the 2025 Topless Nationals. Live bands, costume contests, kids trick-or-treating, and more. Tickets always available at the door. Ogilvie Raceway, bringing the whole family October 17th and 18th. Thank you for listening so much tonight on KBAC Radio 95.5. We're also available for video and commentary on Q Media Sports on YouTube. That's Q Media Sports. This is station number 5. So if you're looking for this, you want to catch the rest of this game after your drive on KBAC, you can watch and listen on Q Media Sports, and that's station 5. You're going to want to put that into the YouTube search bar. So here we go. We got the Raiders kicking off from left to right. So that would be west to east to the Lions. We got number 9 kicking off. That is Corbin Kapanos, and that goes to the short man, who is Johnny Hoffman. Johnny Hoffman up the middle. Johnny Hoffman, almost broke a tackle up the middle. That would have been lights out there. Johnny Hoffman with the advancement all the way to the 48 of the Lions.
Well, that's still good field position. Anytime you get near midfield to start the series is always good field position, but it's the worst field position the Lions have had so far, starting at their own 48. So it's kind of like, well, you expect them to have better field position, but, that's great field position. So we'll see what they do here. The Raiders are in a 3-man front, and the Lions are coming up in their wing with a split back set.
Xander Campbell from behind center gives off to Brody Smith. Brody Smith off to the right side, and a smooth 5-yard gain there for Brody Smith off to the right side.
Well, again, Lions surge up front was really nice to see. I'm excited about the fact that they seem to be dominating up front as far as that first initial surge.
Yeah, and if we can get 6 yards officially on that one, if we get 6 yards every down, Jeremy, that's a pretty darn and explosive team that we can go. And so I'm excited for that. We got Xander Campbell from behind center there. The hand goes to Feldy off to the left side. Feldy running into 2 Raiders there and a little bit of a shoestring tackle. With about a 1 or 2 yard gain there by Caden Feldy.
Well, it was Ogilvie's number 1 and Feldy against the Raiders' number 1 and Honig. Honig came in and made a nice tackle there. It's 3rd and 3 for the Lions. One little move there was only Honig. So one move, we could have got by him. Would have been a long run, but Honig made a great tackle.
Lions coming to the line here. Landon Hatfeld with his hand on the ball there at center. Xander Kimmel behind him. Split back set. Ball goes to Caden Feldy off to the left side. Caden Feldy across the 40 and pushing it, driving it, crunching all the way to the 37 of the Raiders.
And I love what number 99 Carter Magard did there. He came in. The Raiders had two guys stand up Feldy, and he came in behind Feldy and pushed him another 2-3 yards. That's what you need your offensive linemen to do.
Yeah, you see that out of Philadelphia, that little tush push and stuff like that, and perfectly legal here in high school football as well. Just give me a little extra encouragement. If as long as I can stay on my feet and we keep moving forward, we're going to keep doing that.
I like how you said that, Jeff. A little extra encouragement.
There it is. Xander Kimball under center here, split back set. Play goes to Brody Smith. Brody Smith off to the right side and tackled down hard. Brody Smith normally used to that in the winter when he's wrestling, but that looked like a great from behind tackle there by number 11 from the Raiders, Wesley Harrington, the quarterback.
Well, it's still a 4-yard gain, and yes, in the winter that'd be a 3-point takedown for the Raiders. They do not get 3 points here. They just get a 4-yard gain for the Lions.
We got split back set with Brody Magard off to the left-hand side. Xander Kimball under center. Kimball with it. Hands off to Brody Smith off to the left side. And once again, no gain on the play, I don't think, for Smith there.
Well, it's number 27, Honig again, Jeff. I tell you, as a linebacker, they've got to find a way to get a lineman up on him, at least get some hands on him, because he is in on every single play right now. So that looks like that's going to be the last play of the quarter, as it's 8 seconds and it's winding down. Ogilvie looks content to go to the sidelines and move into the second quarter with a 14-6 lead.
Yes, and with that, we have 14-6 on our Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Leave with a smile. You'll leave that you will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. We want to thank all of our sponsors, so we're going to put a couple of those on as well. So stay with us as we come back after the quarter change.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game.
Pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take two.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
Your
That's
journey to
simple
smile
human
with your
sense.
forever
Your local
starts
auto
at
owner
Embrace
agency.
Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are at 4th and 7 here. There was one play on the intermission there, and so we're back live. And looks like the Lions calling a timeout here. Can't quite get the play that they want. They have 4th and 7. I think that they were expecting the Raiders to jump off sides. We've seen that before. Xander Kimball kind of coming up with the hard count and eventually not working out, not panning out this time, Jeremy. Welcome back to the booth. We have a quick timeout for the Lions here.
Well, that's the second timeout for the Lions. They only got one left for the half. That's tough when you got almost the entire second quarter left, but hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them. This is a big play, 4th and 7 at the 35. want to make sure you get it right.
Yeah, and we've seen the Lions call that play before, kind of keep everybody tight, and Xander Kimball go with the hard count. That's kind of the play that they were doing there. I'm not sure what the third down play was there. I didn't quite get a spot on that, Jeremy. But there wasn't a whole lot of action on that one. I know the Raiders came up huge with the stop there to hold the Raiders to this 4th and 7. Looks like the Raiders electing to kick here. We got Caden Feldy back deep, and then going back for the Raiders is number 11. That's Wesley Harrington. And Caden Feldy with a pass, and just missing his target is Brody Magard. Caden Feldy with about a 30-yard pass to Magard off to the right side, and just missing it off his fingers. So electing to pass versus punt there to give the Raiders the ball at their own 35-yard line. Not great field position for them. So I kind of like that play call. Jeremy, what do you think there?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I just think Feldy rushed it a little bit. He had a little bit more time. There was no pressure on him, so he could have taken a little bit more time to make a good throw. But I tell you what, had he connected, it would have been a first down.
All right, we got Harrington from the shotgun position. Single back set. Harrington looking to pass, number 27, and up for it. Good defense by the Lions there. Brody Smith, and also in coverage was Brody Magard. Double Brody on the defense there. Gabe Honig not quite tall enough to go up and go get that with 2 defenders on him.
Yeah, Jeff, I tell you, they split him wide out. You kind of knew what was coming. He's their go-to guy, like we've said multiple times, and if I was in this situation, I'd be moving our free safety over quite a bit when number 27 split that wide, because you don't want a one-on-one. Brody Smith made a very nice play, but you don't want him on his own. You want help right there, so I would definitely blanket him a little bit more. This time they're going the opposite direction. They're going Honig split to the right with two receivers split to the left.
And that's Harrington. Harrington, the quick pitch to 25 off to the left side and tackled eventually by Brody Smith off on the left, on the near out of bounds line there. 25 is that Philip Bobber over there doing a nice work, a little bit, 4-yard gain there for the Raiders.
Well, that's an interesting play because Feldy was on the far end of the field and he blitzed and he came all the way around, and he's actually the one that tripped him up on this side. So that was a great play on Feldy's part. We got 3rd and 6 at the 40-yard line of the Raiders.
Harrington, single back set, looking to pass again. Harrington, the southpaw, hits his target, Gabe Honig, right at the 46-yard line, maybe 45-yard line of the Raiders. Checking to see where this mark is.
That's going to be a first down, Jeff. It was number 52, Harrington, that made that catch. Just past the marker, but I'm really impressed with the quarterback, the other Harrington, on that one, with a great throw when he needed one for a first down in their own territory. Now they have a first down at the 46 of the Raiders.
Number 11, Harrington, quarterback there, trips left, single back set, single back gets it. That's number 25 there. Philip Bobber with maybe a 1-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, but I tell you what, I am really, really impressed with McElroy right now, the Lions' right side defensive end. He is playing extremely physical football. They had it's called a bunch formation on the left side there, really in tight, right in front of McElroy, and he slipped through all of them and made a great play for no gain.
So we got Harrington. 2 wide receivers to the right, a wing back, and a single back set from the shotgun. Hands off. Oh, fake to 25. Goes to Honig, and Honig is met by Caden Feldy right at the 49-yard line. Big tackle there, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's number 23. That's Gutha.
Did I miss that?
On that catch. And, boy, I tell you, Caden Feldy was playing a zone defense, and as soon as the ball was delivered, he came up and made a big hit. It is 3rd and 7. For the Raiders at their own 49. That was really good coverage. Honig was going deep on that one, and we had 2 guys back there, so they took the short route instead of going to Honig.
And Caden Feldy closed that gap so quick on there to really deliver a nice blow to make sure that there was no advancement after the catch there. Harrington from the shotgun there. We got wide receivers everywhere. looking to it. And big number 99, Carter Maygard in on the 2-yard sack.
Well, I was just watching Honig on this left side. He was trying to get an out route there. He got a little bit of separation, but it didn't matter because Maygard was in there so quick for the Lions. It is 4th and 9 after that sack, and I tell you what, he was fired up, Jeff.
Yeah, and Carter doesn't show a whole lot of emotion and stuff, but when he gets fired up, you can see that on the field, and Carter definitely did that. Big stop by the Lions there. And we have the Raiders are going to elect to kick. We have Smith off on the right side and Feldy on the left side to return for the Lions. Timeout by the Raiders right before the snap. With that timeout, we too are going to take a timeout for a little bit of advertising.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
All right, we're back. We're ticking down out of the timeout, about 28 seconds left. We do have 14-6 Ogilvie Lions. Jeremy, so far, what a wonderful half for the Lions, minus the kickback return. Other than that, it's been all Lions.
Well, I tell you, they came to play today, and, it was a long week for homecoming. And as Coach Halverson said in the pregame show, sometimes that can be really good, sometimes that can be really bad. But I tell you what, they came to play today, and they are fired up. They are bringing it, and they are making Mille Lacs do things they don't normally like to do. But here you go. Mille Lacs is going for it now on 4th down instead of punting. Watch for Honig.
Yep. Watch for Honig. Shotgun position. Southpaw Harrington finds Honig deep. Beat the coverage. You got Feldy. Feldy tried to shoelace tackle and could not grab the right foot of Gabe Honig. And that is a Raiders touchdown. We have 12-14 Raiders trailing the Lions currently.
I don't know, Jeff. That one just really rips me apart because you can see that coming from 10 miles away. You knew they were going to throw it to Honig, and we let him get behind 2 defensive players for that touchdown. I don't understand. You got to know where you're at on the field at all times. You have to know where the best player is on the field at all times, and you have a double coverage, and you let them get by both guys.
Yeah, and if you're going to bracket on him, one shallow, one deep, that's no problem. At least you got somebody ready to tackle, but they were both burnt on that one. Here we go. We got Harrington from shotgun position here. The southpaw throwing and caught by number 52, Eric Harrington, I believe.
Yep, that was 52 Harrington. It was Harrington to Harrington. Just a really quick tight end come across, goal line, turn around and sit. They had a whole bunch of action on the right side. This tight end was on the left. It was a really nice, well-developed play. And I tell you, Ogilvie has completely outplayed the Raiders the entire first half so far, but when you allow the best player on the other team to get the ball in his hands, good things are going to happen. So they have to make that adjustment. You can't dominate a game like this and have it be tied. I mean, that's a soccer score.
That's a soccer score.
When you dominate a game and then all of a sudden you're tied. That's soccer, not football. So
yeah, and the Raiders, two big plays there and a really gutsy call at fourth and 9. They decide to go for it, and coming up with a huge play is Honig, and puts up the numbers there for the Raiders. So 14-14 here, and the Raiders go to kick off. Right to left we go, and the ball drops short right in front of Brody Smith. Brody Smith picking it up about the 25-yard line, zigging and zagging all the way up to the 30-yard line here. He caught it at the 15, apologies there, and made his way all the way up to the 30s on the right side of the sideline there.
Well, I'm going to take this time right now. You got to honor a special player, right?
Yep.
I mean, Honig has come to play. He has made some great plays. We talked about him on defense, on offense. His numbers coming up all the time. We knew that was going to happen. That's why they put him in so many different formations. And you just got to give the player credit because he has done a phenomenal job tonight.
For sure, for sure. If there's anyone you got to stop, it's him. We got Xander Kimball under center here, split back set. Fake goes. We got an end around by Johnny Hoffman. Johnny Hoffman met 5 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage by a gaggle of Raiders back there. I know they're not geese, but I'm going to go with gaggles anyways.
Well, you can use whatever term you want. The reality is there was 4 Mille Lacs Raiders in the backfield, and the Lions stood no chance. So we have got to do a better job of blocking up front.
Yeah, I think the Lions need to get back to their game plan of just pushing that line and really invoking the will that they want to have and just drive these Raiders back and back.
Well, the Raiders are really fast. It's hard to get outside on them, and we've done a nice job of running between the ends. So we'll see if we come back to that.
Shotgun for Kimball. Kimball dropping, looking, and a quick pitch off to the right side is Brody Smith. And Brody Smith, with about a 2-3 yard gain there, we're gonna see third and about 13.
Well, I tell you what, number 25 for the Raiders, they better take a look at him. He does not look good right now. Having a hard time even walking. So I really hope, yes, he's coming off the field right now. I hope they get a trainer to look at him because that's scary when somebody's kind of walking funny like that coming off the field.
That's number 25, Philip Bobber, and he's their main running back that we see back there with Harrington for the majority of the single back plays. We got Xander Kimball once again from the shotgun. We got Feldy behind him and Smith off to his right. Kimball all the way to Johnny Hoffman at the 50-yard line and rolling all the way to the Raiders' 48-yard line. Johnny Hoffman with a 30-yard pass from Xander Kimball.
Well, I tell you what, they went with the wingback, Johnny Hoffman on the left side. They had a split receiver and Magard. Magard came across the middle. It's a wheel route, Jeff. You send the slot receiver or the wing receiver out on the flat and turns it upfield down the sidelines. He was open for the reception, and what a great gain for the Lions.
Big play for the Lions, just what they needed, just what the doctor ordered. We got Xander Kimball under center again. Handoff goes to the left side of Feldy. Feldy pushing and driving all the way. That's going to be a Lions first down all the way to the 35-yard line, maybe 34-yard line of the Raiders.
Boy, you can just feel the energy right now, Jeff. I tell you, that Feldy run right there, he was so determined. He drug a couple of defenders another 3-4 yards for a first down. What a fun sight to see. You love to see the energy.
And, Jeremy, that's just an everyday run for Caden Feldy. Just, hey, we're going to hand off. We're not going to do anything fancy. Just make our blocks and go. Xander Kimball under center here. Split back set. Ball goes to Smith off to the left side. Smith off to the left side, running all the way down to the 10, to the 5. Oh, and pushed out of bounds. There, somebody was calling for something there. Looks like a clean tackle there, all the way down to about the 5-yard line, maybe the 3-yard line. Jeremy, great field position for the Lions.
Yeah, what a run. I tell you what, the left side of the Lions line did a great job of opening that up, and Brody Smith just scampered through there, turned that Jets on, bounced it out to the outside and got caught. Looks like right around the 1 or 2 yard line.
Here we are, Lions coming up to the line. Xander Kimball going to go under center, split back set. Wide receiver Magard off to the right. Ball goes to the left to Feldy. Feldy driving, met and tackled, maybe with a 1 yard loss over there. Could not quite get the motor going forward. He was met pretty deep in the backfield there.
Well, again, it's no gain. Number 27, Honig, comes unblocked once again and makes a play. You got to find a way to block number 27. He's their guy, Jeff, and I can't give him enough credit because he is making play after play after play. But it is 2nd down and 1 here for the Lions.
Split back set for the Lions. Handoff goes to the right with Smith, and Smith in for the touchdown. That's a Lions touchdown!
Well, there you go. You got to give credit to the line on that side. They just pushed the Raiders back into the end zone, and really Brody had no problem getting into the end zone there, barely touched, And Lions take the lead again at 2014 with 3:55 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, Jeremy, it looks like they went away from Honig. Novel idea to go away from their star player, go away from him, and we end up with 6 on the play.
Well, again, and that says a lot, right? You have to game plan around somebody's best player, and he's not only their best player on offense, he's also their best player on defense. And so, yeah, you do have to make choices that dictate where your strengths are versus theirs.
Here we go. We got Xander Kimball from the shotgun. Man in motion is Brody Magard, and the ball goes to Magard. Conversion for 2!
That's a big 2-point conversion. Anytime you can get an 8-point lead right before half. Now, the question is, Jeff, are we going to learn the lesson? Are the Lions going to learn you don't kick the ball to number 27? Are they going to kick it somewhere else, or what's going to happen? So, got to see what happens here next, but what a great drive by the Lions.
That's exactly it. We got 22-14 with 3:55 on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. Find out more at embracemn.com. We got all of the Raiders on the field, and the Lions kind of in a huddle over on the sideline talking to offensive coach Adam Halverson. Now here come our Lions, ready to kick off to the Raiders. Raiders do have 2 guys back deep there, and then they also have a short man at about the 25-yard line. We got Carter Magard at his own 40-yard line, ready to kick here. Lions 1, 2, 3, and 9. We got them all set, and we're getting ready here. 3:55 left.
I'd really like to see a pooch kick here.
Oh, and you got it, Jeremy. Anything you say, they're going to do, I think. Pooch kick goes to the 40-yard line. We got a Raider number 6. Coach Thornton on the recovery there just smartly decides just to jump on that ball right at the 38-yard line of the Raiders.
Well, the Lions need to be okay with taking the ball at the 38-yard line on defense versus giving up a long return. We'll take that all day long. Maybe get a little bit more height on the pooch to give our guys a little bit more chance to get there. But in all honesty, we had a chance to get that one even the way it was. So,
I don't see the coaches over there wearing a headset, but somehow you must be in their ear or something.
Well, I think they're pretty smart, Jeff. They know what they're doing. So, got to give them credit for making the adjustment.
Here we go with Harrington, the southpaw, from the shotgun set, single back. And Harrington looking deep for 23, and Brody Smith has it go through his hands at the 35-yard line. The pass intended for Davian Gutha. 23 Gutha could not come up with it, and neither could Brody Smith.
Well, and Brody Magard was playing center field back there for the Lions, and he waited and let Brody Smith try to get the ball. I have seen Brody Magard in Phi-Ed class over and over and over jump that pass just because he can and he has the ability to, and he didn't this time. I bet he's kicking himself because he could have jumped that and run back for quite a ways.
Just like in baseball, it's the outfielder's ball. Let him go and go get it. Here we go. We got Harrington from the back, single back set. Harrington with the keeper off to the left side and tripped up by number 14, Mason Jones.
That's Nyquist right there on the stop.
Reed
and I
Nyquist.
tell you what a great
Jones.
play, because there was nobody there beyond Reed, and so making that tackle was huge. Now it's 3rd and 8 for the Raiders, all the way back at their own 40-yard line. This is a huge play right here going into the end of the first half. Let's see what kind of play they come up with. Jeff, I'm not sure what your prediction is, but who are you looking for here?
I know if I was going to shut anyone down, it'd be number 27, Gabe Honig there. Yeah. Here we go with Harrington from single back set. Harrington high snap, looking for it, and that is the keeper. Honig up the middle and tripped up by Caden Feldy right at the 47-yard line. It's going to be a Raiders 4th.
It's going to be 4th and 2. Harrington made a nice job there. It was just a quarterback draw. He read the blocks well, got right up the middle, we talked earlier that he's a great athlete, and we got to expect him to run the ball once in a while. But what this does right here is it tells the Raiders they don't want to punt. They're going to go for it right here on the 46-yard line. The Lions make a stop here. Boy, they got it sitting really good. So let's see what happens here, Jeff.
Yeah, we got Honeck up at the top there. Ball goes.
That is a big play right
big
there
miss
by
there,
Mason Jones.
Now we'll get a Mason Jones.
Yeah, what a great coverage on number 52. That was Harrington. They like to go to Harrington, it looks like, on short yardage situations. But I tell you what, you know who was wide open on the other side of the field, Jeff?
Don't even say it.
Number 27, Honeck, and he didn't even look over at him. So we'll take that break 9 times out of 9, 10 times out of 10.
We will. Lions with 2:18 left here. We got Xander Campbell under center. He gives it to the left side to his to Feldy there. Feldy working, stripping, and gambling his way all the way up to the 45. About a 2-yard gain there on that play. Good job by Caden Feldy. Keep those feet moving and never giving up.
Well, he broke 3 tackles to gain 2 yards. He breaks 1 more tackle. He's probably gone.
To the house. Here we go. Xander Campbell under center. Split back set. We got Adam Shodine off to the right side here. Xander Campbell rolling off to the right. It goes to Shodine on the right side. Shodine with the spin move, right spin move left, and finally out of bounds at about the 35-yard line of the Raiders.
Oh, my word. What a block by Feldy. Xander rolls out to the right side. The running back, Feldy, turns, and as the defensive end is chasing his quarterback, just decleats him onto the turf and allows Kimball to make a great throw on the sidelines for a reception. What a block.
Looks like we got about the same setup here. Split back set. Adam Shodine off to the right. Ball goes to Feldy off to the left side. Feldy up to the middle. Quick cutback, and looks like about a 9-yard gain or so. We do have one of those yellow naughty flags out there, though, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't like where the flag came from. It came from the backfield, which means it's probably going to be a hold against the Lions. But, boy, I tell you what, they've got the momentum right now, and they are just physically outplaying the Raiders. They are taking the penalty on a hold against the Lions, which unfortunately drops them back and puts them in a lot longer situation. We're looking at first and 20 right now. But the Lions still have all the momentum right now. 1:36 seconds left in the half. You never know what can happen here before half. You'd love to see them get a chance to punch one in.
Xander Campbell split back set from behind center. Handoff goes to Feldy. Feldy off to the left side. And getting to the original line of scrimmage there is Caden Feldy.
Well, they did a nice job there. They made it look like it was going to go to the right. They ran a counter back to Feldy on the left. He made one jump cut inside and missed a tackle by just inches and got all the way back. So it's 2nd and 11 now. What a big gain to get them back to where they need to be.
Kimball from the shotgun. Caden Feldy behind him, Brody Smith to the right. Xander Campbell off to his right side. Looking left, finds Adam Shodine and almost picked up by number 1, Carter Dickles.
Carter Addix was in on the play. I tell you what, that was a dangerous throw by the Lions. Kimball was running to his right and threw all the way back across the left. As a coach right now, I'm sure Coach Adam Holverson's over there saying, Xander, throw that ball out of bounds. Let's play another play. Don't give them an opportunity. So right now it's 3rd and 11. We have 1 minute. That's actually 50 seconds left in the half. And the Lions are at the Raiders' 36-yard line. There's plenty of time. They only have 1 timeout left. But there's plenty of time to put some points on the board here.
Xander Kimball going to come in under center, split back set. Everything flipped to the left now. We have looks like Brody Magard off to the left. Ball goes to Brody Smith on his left-hand side, and with about a 4-yard gain there, 3-yard gain is Brody Smith off to the left side before he stood up by a group of Raiders.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 6 now for the Lions, but they're letting the clock run. They're not calling timeout. I think Coach Adam Holverson is going to wait. He does not want our guys to make a mistake here, but you're at the 32-yard line. You've got a chance to score. So it'll be interesting to see what his plan is here. He is running the clock down. all the way down before they take a timeout. So they are not taking advantage of the time that they had left on the clock, and it appears that they're going to settle and be okay with going into halftime at 22-14 instead of running some plays.
We just got a timeout here with about 2 seconds left, Jeremy. I think what Adam Halverson is going to do is he's going to run one more play and say, hey, we might throw a Hail Mary out here and just see if we can't get that last-ditch effort right before halftime.
Yeah, I don't know what he'll call here. It's, every coach has their philosophies and how they like to do things and what they want to see happen, but at the same point, I do understand that you want to be good with a lead going into halftime. You don't want to make a big mistake going into the second half. Ogilvie's getting the ball to start the second half, correct, Jeff?
Yeah, that is correct. And we are going to have our Hones halftime coming up. Hones, right, and Mora has a state-of-the-art facilities and 44-plus years of experience of getting vehicles back on the roads. That's Hones right here in Mora. Thank you so much for joining us on KBEC Radio 95.5. I'm Jeff Schaefer. The other voice you're hearing tonight is Hall of Famer Jeremy Tweet. Jeremy, thank you so much for being with me again tonight. This is our fourth broadcast doing this and the first time we've been on KBEC Radio, so thank you. We do also have another broadcast going simultaneously with video. That's on YouTube. You can look that up at Q Media Sports number 5, and you'll be able to find the audio and the video for this game against the Mille Raiders and the Ogilvie Lions. So Ogilvie Lions with 2 seconds left. We do have Caden is that Reed Nyquist?
That's Reed Nyquist.
Reed Nyquist from the shotgun position there, quarterback position, throwing way deep to Brody Magard and intercepted by the Raiders and tackled deep on the 5-yard line is number 45 of the Raiders. That is Mark Vossen.
Well, that's really unfortunate because Brody Magard was wide open in the right side of the end zone, and it was underthrown, and so the Raiders were able to jump in front and make an interception. But if he delivers a ball to that outside corner, there is no defender there, and Magard is going to score. So unfortunate for the Lions, but hey, they have a 22-14 lead going into half. They have set the tone, and that's what they needed to do, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. And so with that, we are gonna hear from a few of our sponsors here, and Jeremy and I will be right back. 22-14 is the Ogilvie Lions in their homecoming game 2025.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Power of attorney, wills, healthcare, funeral and cremation directives, and other issues seem overwhelming. Plan for those ahead of time. Join Methven Funeral and Cremation Services for a free seminar for area residents called Food and Funerals. Monday, October 20th at 6 p.m. in Isle. Learn from a panel of local experts and realize that most things are fairly simple and affordable if taken care of ahead of time. Food and Funerals, a free event. Reserve your spot today. 320-679-1822.
Soderstrom Septic in Mora is here for any of your septic issues. Don't let a clogged septic system ruin your day. Soderstrom Septic can save the day, whether it's a simple septic pump, line clearing, septic design to septic inspection, and septic repair. Let the septic experts help you today. Call Soderstrom Septic for fast, reliable, and affordable prices. Call 320-515-1081. That's
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately? It's because I no longer pay for hot water. What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada.
A pawn shop.
Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker,
Kettle
Princeton,
River Pizza,
East
the
Bethel,
handcrafted
Rice Lake,
pizza made
Wisconsin,
locally in
or North
Ascove,
Branch.
Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
All right, we are back. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here at the Ogilvie Lions homecoming. Jeremy, quite the game summary we're going to have to cover here in just a little bit of time. So we had lots of scoring, 22-14, lots of very, very exciting plays, both teams going there. Where do we want to start?
Well, I tell you, just the way the Lions came out to play today against a team that's undefeated in Mille Lacs and has basically kind of had their way with every team they've played. They've been so much more athletic than the other teams, not necessarily bigger, but they're a bunch of wrestlers, Jeff, and wrestlers do a good job on the football field. It's plain and simple, and yeah, it's been fun to see the battle go back and forth between the two teams.
Yeah, so we had some major plays. We had the huge kickoff return by Honeck there. For the Raiders. We had a couple long runs and for the Lions, and then we also had a long reception there as well for the Raiders to Honeck. Now, I've said Honeck's name a couple of times. We just learned that it is Honeck and not Honeck, which we've been calling him. So we apologize to the Honecks for that, and we will get it correct, hopefully, the rest of the game here. So Honeck seems to be the guy to stop. Ogilvie Lions kind of spreading the ball a little bit more. We've seen Johnny Hoffman in the mix. We've seen Adam Shodin in the mix. We have seen also Brody Smith and Caden Feldy all getting the ball and being productive with the ball, also including Xander Kimball on a couple of the QB keepers as well.
Yeah, Jeff, it's been fun to watch the way the Lions have put the ball into different people's hands, and really they've all produced when they've gotten opportunities. You know, and it's just kind of one of those things. I'm looking out here as we're at halftime. The Ogilvie youth flag football is out here performing, and all these guys that are out here tonight on Friday night playing in the varsity level all started at the flag football level. We got multiple kids down here, preschool through third grade, and we got our cheer camp group out here. They're just doing a phenomenal job from all their hard work. I even watched just a big collision on one of the little flag football passes right there, and two little boys collided really hard, and they both kind of rolled a little bit and grunted and got up, and they're ready to go again on the next play. It's just what it's like to be a kid.
Yeah, that's right. And it is, and it's hard to remember sometimes that, hey, even though we're watching high school football and we watch it on TV too, and we're watching it online on this live stream, that hey, these are just kids out here and they're trying their very best. And if you and I tend to get on them a little bit here on the radio, that's just us being gamers ourselves. I know you playing at a very high level in your career, and me playing for fun and also playing other adult sports and stuff like that. We're just both guys that like to go out there and watch a good game and play a good game as well.
Well, and not only that, Jeff, as teachers, we push our kids in the classroom too, and there's high expectations, and we get on them when they don't meet those expectations in the classroom. So that's just kind of how it works, and we expect the same from each other when we do different things. Right? We want to hold each other to a high accountability level and do our best that we can possibly do.
That's exactly it. With that, Jeremy, we're gonna just kind of run a couple questions here. ChatGPT is sponsoring this segment of the show. I love ChatGPT for my classroom. So Jeremy, I'm gonna just kind of we'll do Ask the Coach for a little bit. Jeremy, who is winning in the trenches tonight?
Well, the Lions have been winning in the trenches without a doubt. There's been a few plays where that has not happened, but overall, consistently, the Lions are winning the game up front.
What does each team need to do in the second half?
Protect the football. Ogilvie's got the lead because they took advantage of a couple turnovers and then dominated once they got that chance. So you've got to protect the football. If you don't want a game like this, you cannot turn the ball over in the second half.
For sure. And then are they sticking to the game plan, or are they going to change it?
Well, how do you not stick to the game plan if you're the Lions? It's working. And really, your game plan for the Raiders is find number 27 Honick, and they've done that, right? So they've got some other guys too. I'm not saying that they don't have other guys, but when you got a guy that ability, you want to take advantage of it. And so I don't think either team changes their game plan in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. And so big games going on right now. We're going to try to get that Sabika and Verndale update for you. That's going to be a big game that we want to keep an eye on here. So we're going to have that. Those of you watching at home, we're gonna keep our little kids football games on the script. Those of you listening on the Quebec radio, we're going to play some advertisements for you. And we do have the update right now from Sabika and Verndale. The update right now coming to us is 20-16 Verndale up at the half right now. We also have Bertha Hewitt up over McGregor. That was 30-6. That was my hometown over there, Bethlehem Academy. Houston over Bethlehem Academy, 38-0. Cromwell right area is 49-0 over Carlton Renshaw. So a couple of updates there for all of you at home. We're going to put on a couple more sponsors here to give so Jeremy and I can get paid tonight.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not, Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Hey guys. guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure. Really? Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
getting to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Ha, thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training.
Power
Here's
of
the
attorney,
Pitch in the
wills,
North Branch Outlet
healthcare,
Mall.
funeral and cremation directives, and other issues seem overwhelming. Plan for those ahead of time. Join Methven Funeral and Cremation Services for a free seminar for area residents called Food and Funerals. Tuesday the 21st in Mora at 11:30 or 6. Learn from a panel of local experts and realize that most things are fairly simple and affordable if taken care of ahead of time. Food and Funerals, a free event. Reserve your spot
Don't
today.
worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass.
Kettle River Pizza is a
Mora.
proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser.
Hey,
It's
Mark,
so easy
I
to
spent
get
about
started.
$3,500
Got a
on
pizza
heating this
craving
last
now?
winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today.
Power of attorney,
pineagency.us.
wills, healthcare, funeral and cremation directives, and other issues seem overwhelming. Plan for those ahead of time. Join Methven Funeral and Cremation Services for a free seminar for area residents called Food and Funerals. Wednesday the 23rd in Sandstone. Learn from a panel of local experts and realize that most things are fairly simple and affordable if taken care of ahead of time. Food and Funerals, a free event. Reserve your spot today. 320-679-1822.
I'm Megan. And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
Fresh cuts, or laid back vibes. We're all about hair that feels like you. At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
There's always room for you at Dapper and Divine. How would you like to get a brow wax for free? Mention this ad with any coloring, free brow wax all month. Dapper and Divine on the corner of Main Street. Ogilvie Raceway is open for the season. Ogilvie Raceway with racing action every weekend. The high-banked oval dirt track and 80-acre complex includes concessions, bar and restaurant, hospitality kiosks, and VIP suites. Come for the trackside tailgating. Stay for the racing action. Schedules, tickets, and race day info available at ogilvieraceway.com. Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway. Don't let the action pass you by. Highway 23 Ogilvie.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza
the
craving now?
Melt is
Pick up
back
a Kettle
at
River
A&W.
Pizza at
How
your
does
local
this sound?
grocery store.
Sauteed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze?
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to Pizza and Salad Buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
Your
That's
journey to
simple
smile
human
with
sense.
your forever
Your local
starts
auto
at
owners
Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace
Arrowhead
forever.
Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you...
All right, and we are back from halftime. Here, the Lions have kicked off to the Raiders, and the Raiders have pretty good field position on the kick. There was not a whole lot of extra effort there, and so they are going to start at the 46-yard line here to start the second half.
Yeah, the little squib kick that was recovered in good field position for the Raiders. And that time they put Honick in the backfield instead of putting him at receiver or tight end, and gave him the ball and got a huge hole on the left side, ran over a Lions defender and got 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Raiders.
All right, we're looking at the Raiders are going left to right on your radio dial there. wearing the white, and we got the Lions in the black. The ball goes to Honick, and Honick kind of off to the left side there, up just off tackle, and gets about a 2-yard gain all the way to the Lions. Lions 45, they spot him. That's a pretty nice spot for them.
Yeah, going to be 3rd and 1. They did a nice job of standing in there as a group and standing them up and driving them back, but we had a little bit too much momentum. Still got a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Raiders.
Harrington going under center right now. We didn't see a whole lot of that with an I formation. And it's Harrington on the keeper, straight up the middle there. And that's going to be a Raiders first down.
Yeah, he just came right up under center, took the ball, followed his center straight ahead. The Lions were not quite set, quite prepared, and they got an easy first down there.
Was that their first play under center? I don't recall them really being under center the whole first half there.
Yeah, no, well, that's what you do when you're got 3rd and 1 and you need a first down. You go get under center, snap the ball, and follow them.
Yep, exactly, especially if that center's going to get the push for them. So Raiders coming out of the huddle here. And we have an I formation. The ball goes to Honick, and Honick gets tripped up deep in the backfield by Caden Feldy. It would have been a 2-yard loss, but because of the size of the man, he's able to move forward. And maybe that was not Honick. Yeah, it was. That was Honick.
Yeah, that's the number 1 against number 1 on both sides. It's happened a number of times where Feldy's had the ball and Honick's come up and made the play. This time it was the other way around. Feldy came up and got Honick in the backfield for a short loss.
Going to be 2nd and 11 here at the 44-yard line of the Lions. Raiders once again in that I formation. Honick the halfback here. Ball goes, it's keeper off to the left side, and the Harrington off to the left side with about a 9-yard gain all the way to the Lions 36-yard line, 37-yard line. Going to be 3rd and about a yard or so.
Well, they did a really nice job on that ball fake there. Everybody thought Honick had the ball. Honick carried the fake through really well, and then the quarterback slipped off to the left side. It's going to be 3rd and 3 at the Lions' 36-yard line. Nice play there to put the Raiders in a good spot to be able to get a first down here. We'll see how the Lions respond with their 4-man defensive front.
Harrington under center at 3rd and 3 here. We got Honick deep in the backfield on the I formation. It is Harrington on the keeper again, and the drive up the middle. Not quite enough to get to the first down. It doesn't appear to be yet. We'll check and see where the spot is here.
It's going to be just short. It's going to be 4th down, but he got 2 yards on the quarterback sneak, so why wouldn't you do the same thing again? The Lions need to make the adjustment. They need to get another guy or two down there to make sure that they're not going to give up that quarterback sneak right now. So let's see what the Lions' adjustment is.
Harrington got the play from the coach over there. We got 8:44 left here in the 3rd quarter. Harrington going to go under center once again. I formation. Honick deep in the backfield. And that is Carter Maygard sniffing out the bootleg. Drops it back 8 yards. 4th down. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
That's actually McElroy that came in that time. I tell you what, he has had one heck of a game. Again, nobody to block McElroy. He made a huge stop. What a turnover there for the Lions. It's going to be such a great play.
T-Mac.
We got first down for the Lions now going the other direction. You can't ask for a better play from a young man like that.
Not only did he get him deep in the backfield, he wrapped him up very tight, and he drove him so far back that we got an extra 8 yards on that for our offense. You got Xander Campbell under center, split back set. Campbell goes to Feldy. Feldy off to the right, to the left, and zooming up to the middle all the way to Raiders territory, all the way to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be just about 6 inches short of a first down, but what an effort by Feldy to get 3 more yards after contact there. But what's that tell you? That tells you had 7 yards before you even had contact. Great job by the Lions offensive line. We'll see what kind of adjustments the Raiders make here on defense.
Land on the half field with the center with the ball right now. Hands it off to Xander Campbell, the quarterback Kimball to Smith. Smith getting to the line of scrimmage. Maybe the push forward will get him that first down. It looks like a really nice spot, and the officials do give him the first down for Brody Smith.
Yeah, he got through the first little wave, just enough to get the first down, but then he got drove back about 4 yards. But once you've gained that momentum, you get your
forward progress was good.
And so first down Lions.
So first down Lions here at the 48-yard lines. Lions going right to left on your radio dial, and they are driving. 7:14 left, 22-14 are the Lions up here on their homecoming night. Xander Kimball under center, split back set. We got a receiver off to the left side. Kimball hands off to Feldy off to the right side, and Caden Feldy 4-yard gain off on the right side, just outside the hash there.
Yeah, Milsego came in for Brody Smith on that one, and they followed him on that side. He made a great block, drove his guy about 6 yards deep, gave Feldy a chance to make one nice little cut and get about 4 yards.
Brody Smith back in, left behind Xander Kimball. Caden Feldy right behind Kimball, and Kimball under center here. Ball goes to Brody Smith off the play action, and Brody Smith with another 2-yard gain off to the left side of the right hash.
Yeah, that's Feldy again. They made it look like they were going to go to Smith, but went to Feldy coming back the other way. It's 3rd and 5 now for the Lions. This is a big play because you're in Mille Lacs territory at the 43-yard line. You got 5 yards to go for a first down. Ideally, you want to get really close to the first down if you don't make it so that you can go for it on 4th down.
Split back set here. Kimball under center. Wide receiver off to the right, wing off to the right. Ball goes to Feldy up the middle, and Feldy very short, just like you said, Jeremy, very close to a first down, but just not quite there. So it's going to be a coach's decision here at about 4th and inches.
Yeah, 4th and 1. I'm guessing they're going to go hard count right here, see if they can get Mille Lacs to jump. They haven't gotten them to jump since the first quarter, but they only got 4 men on the line right now. I'm sure Xander's going to come up under center, probably going to try to sneak it, see what happens here.
Same formation for the Lions. Xander Kimball with the push, and that's going to be a Lions first down. Xander Kimball with about 3 yards on that.
Yeah, it's a nice surge there. He kept his feet driving. You know, that's one of the nice things about a quarterback sneak is if you get low enough, it's hard to see you, and if you keep your feet driving, good things can happen. So first down for the Lions at the Mille Lacs 35-yard line.
Great first drive here for the Lions so far. Mason Jones off on the left side here. Ball goes to Brody Smith up the middle. Brody Smith bashing his way forward, and forward progress is going to give him about 7 or 8 yards on that.
Again, feet kept driving, but stay a little bit lower, Brody, so that you don't get driven back 6 yards and smash into the ground. Help yourself out just a little bit. And but we got 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard gain. Good job by the Lions up front. We continue to pound the ball away and see what happens between the tackles. I think that's their best bet here, Jeff.
Split back set. Feldy get with the ball with the lead block, Brody Smith. And Feldy falls forward for a gain of a yard.
Yeah, number 52 for Mille Lacs there. That's Harrington, the tight end. He came through untouched. Lineman missed the block there, and he came in and got Feldy right at the line of scrimmage. Feldy was only able to get 1 yard after the contact.
A lot of threes being out here. 3rd and 3 from the 23 of the Raiders. Xander Kimball under center, split back set. Two wide receivers off to the left. Ball goes to the right. Caden Feldy off to the right side. And running. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown! Caden Feldy!
Well, I tell you what great blocks there was right there. The Lions coaches are all out on the field. I tell you what, if I would have done that when I was coaching, there would have been 6 penalties thrown. So good for these referees are letting the excitement take place for the game. And boy, what a great block to seal the inside. Caden Feldy, one bounce out to the outside, and he scores on the long touchdown.
just a smooth run. Maybe broke a tackle, but he just really did it with his feet. Didn't really have to power his way through on that one. Xander Campbell under center for the try. Hands off to Feldy off to the right side and busted through the middle. That's going to be a conversion for the Lions. We are up 30-14.
Well, I tell you, that is a huge score to start the first drive of this that the Lions got in the second half. Not only that, they complete the 2-point conversion to get a 30-14 lead. That means Mille Lacs has to score twice and both 2-point conversions just to tie. That is a really, really big statement here by the Lions with 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the third quarter.
So on our Embrace Orthodox scoreboard, we do have the Lions up 30-14. Embrace Orthodox, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. EmbraceMN.com. So the Lions didn't quite make it, but they were really close to that red zone. Caden Feldy kept him out of the red zone just enough, but he was able to bounce in. And our red zone sponsorship is by Rush City Auto. Rush City Auto and Standard Oil and Classics in North Branch are going to put you in a vehicle that you love at a price you can afford. Go find your next ride at rushcityauto.com. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight here, not just those ones that we're reading off and not just those ones that we are hearing in our commercial breaks as well. We are back with the action, and we do have a squib kick from the Lions, and that gets to the Raiders' 47-yard line. So the Raiders are going to have, once again, pretty good field position on that squib kick there. And, Jeremy, I'm exhausted. That was so much fun.
Well, it's one of those things, right, where we talk about in the first half where Honeck is the guy to stop for the Raiders, and for the Lions, it's Feldy. And right now, Feldy has been having his way, had a couple nice long runs. I'm sure they're going to come right back to Honeck here. He's in this tight slot on the left side. Lions need to know where he's at all times.
Raiders from the shotgun. That's Wellington. Hands off to number 9. Number 9, that's Corbin Kapanos. And deep in the backfield are the Lions again. That's going to be just to the line of scrimmage.
Millsagle gets in there for a big stop. And now, honestly, Jeff, Millsagle is one of the ones that had a huge block in there on Feldy's long touchdown run, and he's fired up. He is coming to play right now. He is bringing it. Remember the second half last game, he just really stepped up. Seen him step up again in the second half today.
Yeah, for sure. And he got a little bit more play so far this second half on the offensive side of the ball, as well as Brody Smith came out a couple times. We got Harrington finding his big man, number 27. That is Gabe Honeck on about a 12-yard gain for the Raiders, getting into Lions territory at the 40-yard line right now. That was right in the middle of the field. Got to be stopping that one.
Yeah, 52. Harrington just went right from the left tight end spot straight up the middle. There was nobody there, wide open, and Harrington hit Harrington in stride there. First down for the Raiders at the Lions 40-yard line.
I'm going to guess there's some kind of relation on that one.
Well, at least we know they're the Harringtons.
Yeah. Wesley Harrington, quarterback number 11 here from the shotgun set. 2 wide receivers out left, man in motion, number 45. Harrington looking deep down the field, and that is for Honeck, and Honeck with a diving catch all the way down to the 15. Lands. Nobody has to touch him. He's down on contact on the field, and Jeremy, 15-yard line? You have a little bit better advantage than I do.
Yeah, it's about the 15-yard line, but that is a really questionable call. It's unfortunate the back judge was behind the receiver on that, so he could not see, and there was no other referee on the front side to see. The ball looked like it hit the ground, popped right back up into his chest, but there's no replay in high school.
Nope, and that is unfortunate for that, but Honeck coming up with the ball, and so they are set at the 15-yard line. We got Harrington hands off to number 9. Number 9 off to the right side, and that is a Raiders first down. What a way to answer for the Raiders there. Number 9, that is Corbin Kapanos again with the ball and running off to the right side and answering quickly for the Raiders.
Well, that's what you got to do when you get a break like that and you get a 30-yard gain that might not have gone your way, but this time it did. You got to capitalize. Ogilvie was on their heels after that. They were frustrated by the call, and it showed. Mille Lacs was able to pound it in and get the touchdown.
Harrington from the shotgun. He's got Capanos behind him there. Handoff goes to Capanos. Capanos trying to up a seam on the left-hand side, and no good. Still a 10-point game for the Lions.
Anytime you can get a stop on these 2-point conversions, neither team kicks. It really starts to add up. So you got a 10-point lead here. Got to see how the Lions respond after this. Mille Lacs is fired up now. You know their defense is going to come out and just really be physical here because they got the momentum. They want to cause a turnover. So let's see what the Lions do here with 1 minute 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
10 points isn't enough, Jeremy. This is too exciting. We got to fire back here. We got to come up with a couple more points. I got to say it. I don't think 10 points is enough. As I look at the scores for the Raiders from the past, they score 40-some points in most games. And so 20 points that we're holding to them right now, our 30 points is not enough. We got to go out and we got to score another couple.
Yeah, it's important that you just keep doing what you're doing well right now. Keep the momentum in your favor. As long as they do that, good things happen. But you just, again, protect the football at all costs.
Pre-game show, I think I had the stat, 37 points per game is the average for the Raiders. The Lions, just like that too. Xander Kimball on the kickoff return. Kickoff return goes all the way up to the 45 of the Lions. That is Xander Kimball on that. It was kind of a longer squib kick. I'm going to call that more of a line drive kick. And it went to one of the up men, Xander Kimball, on that, and he ran that all the way to the 44-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Ogilvie Lions.
Yeah, that was a nice return by Kimball, and got to give a score update right now. Ferndale is up. Oh, as I say that, the score changed. Sabika 28, Ferndale 26 in the third quarter.
Wow.
That is a big game in the seedings for this section.
Big game. We got Xander Kimball under set, split back set, and all of the receivers to the far side. We got Brody Smith following those receivers off to the right side, all the way to the 40-yard line of the Raiders. That's going to be a 15-yard gain for Brody Smith.
Yeah, what a great block there by Carter Magard on the edge, and Brody Smith was able to get outside. That's a big gain. Clock does stop, however, though. It's at the 40-yard line for the Raiders. Good response by the Lions there.
Lions come out of the huddle here. Looking like we have a split back set with the receivers off to the left side. I got Mason Jones over here. Kimball under center, hands off to Feldy off the right side. And Feldy driving forward for about 3 yards. Going to be 2nd and 7 in the Raiders territory at about the 37-yard line of the Raiders.
Well, and on that one, Jeff, I think one of the things that if I was a coach for the Raiders right now, I'd be yelling at him to grab that football. I think Feldy had that a little bit out too carelessly on that one. He was fortunate enough to hang on, but I would be really pushing that right now. Strip that football, give us a chance to come back. So the Lions really need to protect it here.
Xander Kimball under center. Handoff goes to Smith. Smith off to the right side, moving and grooving off to the right side. Gets about 2 yards, just to the right hash marks there. Kind of working his way. He was bumping and grinding a little bit, and just pushing as hard as he could. Could have used a little bit more of a seam up front there.
Yeah, the Raiders did a really nice job of plugging that up. I felt like he had another yard though on that. I think they put it back. Not quite sure why he didn't get the momentum on that, but the Lions are going to be content to take this into the fourth quarter. They're going to let the clock run down. We got 10 seconds left, and Jeff, I tell you, this fourth quarter now, this is big. The Lions have a 10-point lead. You know they've got the ball. It is 3rd down and about 6 going into the fourth quarter.
Yep, it's going to be an exciting time. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank Hones Auto Body for our halftime show, for sponsoring our halftime show. Do you have hail damage? Get your vehicle over to Hones Auto Body and Glass and more. In fact, many insurance companies recommend Hones. They'll get you fixed up. So as we go for that, we have had several kickoffs and we want to make sure that we have our Kettle River Pizza kickoff get acknowledged. So every time there's a kickoff, not only is Kettle River Pizza delicious and made locally in Ascov, it's proven to be an excellent source of income for charitable groups, nonprofits, and sports clubs. Let Kettle River Pizza help your group succeed during your next fundraiser. Jeremy, going to be an exciting fourth. I know we are checking in on some other scores around the division and everything here too. So we want to thank everybody listening on KBAC Radio 95.5. We want to also thank those listening at home and watching on YouTube at Q Media Sports station number 5 there. We're heading into the fourth quarter. Jeremy, what an exciting game we have been able to call so far. We got the Ogilvie Lions at 4-2, up 30-20 on the 6-0 Mille Lacs Raiders. Xander Kimball under center, split back set. Ball goes to Feldy off to the left side. Number 11 in there, the first man for the Raiders. That's Wesley Harrington, the quarterback, doing it on offense and on defense tonight as well.
That's going to be a loss of 1 right there, bringing up 4th and almost 7. I'm sure they'll probably make a decision here whether or not it's best to punt it or go for it, but they'll take as much time as they can, I'm guessing, before they snap the ball. That was a play, Jeff, that we've seen the Lions be very successful with on third down, that little dive play right straight ahead, and this time the Raiders stepped up and made a stop.
So we got Caden Feldy back deep. We did have a fake punt here in the first quarter that was very advantageous for the Lions.
And,
or almost advantageous for the Lions.
The Lions are going to call a timeout here. They did line up to punt, trying to pin Mille Lacs deep. Last time they lined up like that, they also called a timeout.
Correct.
And then they faked it after the timeout.
You think that's Coach Adam Halverson looking at the defense, seeing how they're going to line up, maybe trying to poke a weakness from the Raiders and say, hey, we can fake this, we can run that, and try to get that figured out?
Well, I think they got a really good look at the defense just because they didn't have anybody back deep at first, and then once they saw Feldy back to punt, then they put somebody back deep. So I think Coach Halverson got a chance to look and maybe saw something that he liked, or maybe he saw something he didn't like. Either way, he called a timeout, and they're going to make an adjustment.
And we just want to be clear that Coach Halverson, we are talking about Adam Halverson, the offensive coordinator. Coach Dave Halverson is the head coach, but Coach Adam Halverson is who we were talking about there. Xander Kimball under center, split back set, and they're going to go for it. On the long snap count, rolling off to his right and short for Adam Shodine. Adam Shodine had plenty of room, but Xander just shorted that ball into the ground.
I don't even know how to describe that pass, Jeff. It just went straight into the ground. You had a wide receiver wide open for a first down. The ball was probably 4 or 5 yards short in front of him, and it wasn't a long pass. So it's really hard to describe other than the fact that that just wasn't a good pass.
Yeah, Adam Shodine kind of looked back at his quarterback and said, "Bro, I was so wide open."
Well, that would have been a dagger, really, if they would have got a first down there. So now the Lions have to step up on defense, and Mille Lacs need to execute.
Harrington from the shotgun, hands off to number 9. Number 9, that's Corbin Capanos, and met by a pride of Lions back in his own zone. That's going to be a loss of 3.
Well, those are the 3 names we've been calling for the Lions all night. Feldy blitzed on the left side. The Raiders tried to run to the right side, so they ran right into the blitz. Feldy was waiting. Carter Megard was waiting. Talon McElroy was right behind to help finish.
That's right. So the Lions putting on a good show there with the loss of 3 on first down. We got Harrington going to come from the shotgun again. He's got a single setback. You got 2 wide receivers off to the right-hand side. Harrington with the keeper Talon McElroy in deep to make him rush the pass, and the pass goes high for number 27, Gabe Honick. And with two D-backs on the coverage there, the ball goes incomplete for the Raiders. We are going to see 3rd and 13 for the Raiders.
Well, it's one of the same plays they ran earlier, except for the quarterback kept the ball. This time he looked for Honick coming across from the right side all the way to the left, and I was really impressed by the coverage that time by Smith. Brody Smith came in and made a really nice break on the ball to break that up.
T-Mac, I got your name right this time. You're welcome, buddy. All right, we got Harrington, shotgun formation. Looking off to his left. He's got Honick. Honick couldn't quite come up with the catch. Great defense by Brody Smith and great show of sportsmanship right at the end. Both Honick and Smith patting each other on the chest saying, hey, good try, man, good try. I love seeing that stuff in sports, Jeremy.
Well, and really the reality is both teams made great plays there because the quarterback, Harrington, was hit as he was throwing. The ball was wobbly. So at that point, there really is no pass interference. Both guys going for the ball. Neither guy came up with it. It is now 4th down and 13 at the Raiders' own 34-yard line. My guess is they're feeling like they're going to need to go for it with 10 minutes to go and a 10-point deficit, and they are lining up in a shotgun formation here.
Brody Magard back at the first down marker for the Lions. You got Harrington with the fake handoff, and the Lions are deep in there, and that is Carter Magard!
What
you bet!
Defensive play on that, Jeff. Carter Magard came blasting through there. Millslagle came blasting through there. Unfortunately, Harrington is slow to get up because, wow, did they make him pay for that one right there. The right side of the line for the Raiders just was not able to withstand the pressure of the Lions. So
we're gonna let the trainers take a look at Harrington back there. We wish him well on that. What a great stop for the Lions, and we're gonna play a couple commercials while we give them a little bit of time and privacy here.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Power of attorney, wills, healthcare, funeral and cremation directives, and other issues seem overwhelming. Plan for those ahead of time. Join Methven Funeral and Cremation Services for a free seminar for area residents called Food and Funerals. Monday, October 20th at 6 p.m. in Isle. Learn from a panel of local experts and realize that most things are fairly simple and affordable if taken care of ahead of time. Food and Funerals, a free event. Reserve your spot today. 320-679-1822.
Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway is open for the season. Ogilvie Raceway with racing action every weekend. The high-banked oval dirt track and 80-acre complex includes concessions, bar and restaurant, hospitality kiosks, and VIP suites. Come for the trackside tailgating. Stay for the racing action. Schedules, tickets, and race day info available at ogilvieraceway.com. Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway. Don't let the action pass you by. Highway 23 Ogilvie.
All right, we're back at Strayteski Field. We got Xander Kimball handing off to Brody Smith. Brody Smith off to the left side and hit by a bunch of Raiders, but they're going to give him forward progress on that. Should be a gain of about 4 or 5. Ogilvie Lions on a huge stop on the Raiders, Jeremy, on the last series there. Wesley Harrington hurt on the play, but ended up coming out of the break and walking off the field. So great thing there. He looks like he's going to receive a little bit more attention here on the sidelines. We wish the young man well. Nothing egregious on that play that we saw where he got hurt there. He just got hit by a lot of very heavy Lions on that. We got Xander Kimball under center, split back set. You have Ryan Millslagle in, lead blocking for Feldy. Feldy does not follow Millslagle. Goes off the guard, and a few yard gain there for the Lions. for Caden Feldy.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 3 for the Lions at the Raiders' 20-yard line. The clock is running. Lions are doing a nice job of just driving their feet, putting 2 hands around the football, protecting it at all costs right now. They need a first down here to make sure that they can continue to run the clock.
Xander Campbell under set, split back set, wide split back set here. Handoff goes to Feldy. Feldy off to the left side. Not quite there. 1 or 2 yard gain, met pretty deep. Jeremy, we are within the 20, which means we are in the Rush City Auto red zone. RushCityAuto.com. Go check out the inventory of 2 lots of vehicles, Standard Auto and the Classics in North Branch. And, of course, Rush City Auto. Jeremy, we saw a bunch of flags just get popped up here way late at the end of the play. Any indication there?
Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul, unsportsmanlike against the Raiders. McElroy blocked his man right to the whistle, and it was about 8-9 yards downfield. Mille Lacs did not like it. They responded and came back and made physical contact with McElroy after the play, and that's why the flags were thrown. Automatic first down. The ball's going to be at the 9-yard line of the Raiders.
Man, we were just talking about on the last play over here, that happened right in front of us on that pass play about the great sportsmanship by both people, and then stuff like that happens. I suppose the Raiders not used to being down, maybe starting to get a little chippy down there. So starting at the 9-yard line is the Lions. Xander Kimball under center split back set with Feldy and Millslagle, and looks like a false start on the Lions.
Yeah, you can't have that after a play like that. That's unfortunate. Going to drive him back to the 14-yard line. The reality is...
Ooh, that was on the Raiders.
Oh, it is. It was a encroachment. I thought we had a false start there on the Lions, but boy, that's a big break. I missed that one, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, thanks for our spotters in the booth. That's for sure. So we're gonna have first and 5 for the Lions, or 1st and 4 for the Lions. Xander Kimball behind center. Gives off to Feldy. Feldy off to the left side. Pushing and driving. Not quite to the end zone. About a 2-yard gain on that is Feldy. So we are going to have 2nd and 2. Jeremy, 7:40 left in the game here.
Yeah, the clock's
Do we score right now? Do we want to score right now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jeff, you always want to score. It doesn't matter what time is left. You got Millsagle on the left side. They've just been pounding with Feldy following Millsagle at the lead block. They're now down to the 2-yard line. We'll see if they do it again.
Xander Kimball with the keeper on that. Driving, pushing. No indication yet. Looks like a gain of 1.
Yeah, it's going to be right at the 1-yard line. They ran the sneak on that. It's going to be 3rd and 1. They still have 2 plays to score here. I wouldn't be surprised if they sneak again, or you're going to follow Millsagle and give the ball to Feldy, one or the other. But don't do a hard count here. You don't need him to jump. Just get the snap off, protect the football, and see if you can punch it in the end zone.
So we got Xander Kimball coming up under center, split back set. Ball goes to Caden Feldy. Does not follow the lead block, but we do have an Ogilvie Lions touchdown. Ogilvie Lions against the undefeated Raiders from Mille Lacs. Jeremy.
Well, I tell you, I'm not sure that I like the decision on Feldy's part on that, not following his lead block, but he did have enough momentum to carry 2 guys into the end zone for the touchdown. You can't complain about that. That puts the Lions up by 16. This is a crucial 2-point conversion here because it makes it 3 scores if the Lions convert.
So we got Xander Kimball. Xander Kimball with the keeper. Spins again, and he's
in.
He's in, right?
No.
Where'd the indication come from? I didn't see one.
There was
no indication.
There was no indication. He just went in after he spun. He was standing up, and he went and ran the ball over to the referee. That is a 38-20 lead, an 18-point lead. That makes it a 3-score situation for the Mille Lacs Raiders. That is a much more difficult challenge than a 2-score. So 6 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game. The Lions, a huge huge drive right there to punch the ball in the end zone.
That scoreboard update brought to you by Embrace Orthodontics. They will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. That's embracemn.com. Oh, Jeremy, this has been an exciting game. The Lions knew they had to come out. They had to come out hard. They did that, and after halftime, they've really kept the pressure on the Raiders here. Up by 18 now. I'm guessing we're going to see another squib kick coming out of the gates here. Why would you kick it deep on this one?
Yeah, they're not going to change anything. They've already made that adjustment. The Raiders have moved another guy up front that they used to have back deep. So now the two guys that are deep are back all by themselves. So they're expecting the squib kick just to try to protect the ball so they can get another chance.
Carter Magard on the kick. Nope, that was Reed Nyquist on the kick. Did not go 10 yards, though. But
yeah.
recovered by number 22. That is Camden Hulsher.
Well, not a bad idea, right? Because if you're just squibbing, the Raiders got the ball about 5 yards farther forward than they would have if they just would have squibbed it. So they tried the onside. Unfortunately, Nyquist did not get enough of a boot on that. It only made it 7 yards. And so I was a little surprised that the Raiders fielded it there, but they did it cleanly, and now they got the ball 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of the Lions.
Jeremy, do you got a number on who is quarterback right now? That's number 6. That is Coach Thornton. So seeing a new quarterback.
Yeah, he's a freshman. Guessing he's probably their normal JV quarterback. With Harrington down, he comes in and steps in. So, yeah, getting some valuable minutes as a freshman right now under center.
Yeah, so a 1-yard gain there for the Raiders. And Coach Thornton, once again, in for an injured Wesley Harrington. Wesley Harrington got knocked out on the last series here, working with the trainers. Coach Thornton has a little bit of a yellow or a pink coming out of his white jersey there. Looking down the field and just missed his man, big number 52. That is Eric Harrington, just a little high for him, and it sails deep into the Ogilvie territory.
Well, once again, Ogilvie did not get coverage on 52 Harrington going right down the middle, but they did get a ton of pressure on the young freshman quarterback, and he had to deliver it quicker than he wanted to, so the ball sailed a little on him.
We got a couple other Ogilvie Lions in right now. I do see Reed Nyquist in on defense this series as well. Coates from the shotgun, the right-handed quarterback here, looking down the field to pass and almost picked off by Nyquist. I just called his number, and he almost gets the takeaway for the Lions right through his hands.
Well, it's Friday night under the lights. It literally went right to his hands. And again, in PE class,
we're going to talk about that one.
He makes that pick six.
You bet he does.
Goes to the house the other direction. So, we might have to have a conversation tomorrow about that.
Yeah, Reed, if you're watching the playback Monday morning, we're going to be working on interceptions.
No, he was in great position, and we're just giving him a hard time. But
for sure.
Sometimes you make the play, sometimes you don't. But if he's not in that position, then it's a completion for the Raiders.
Coates from the shotgun. Looking left, scanning right, looking for number 23, and good coverage. Picked off, maybe, yes, for Brody Magard. It hit off of Brody Smith, went into Brody Magard, and they do call the catch on that.
Well, it's exactly what happened on the other end of the field. It was the same situation where Honeck got the ball. The ball kind of bounced on the ground. I think the same thing happened here. The referee was behind it.
Yep.
He couldn't see it on the tip. Brody Magard made a great effort. I think it did hit the ground.
I think so, too.
But again, it was almost the exact same situation that happened on the other side of the field. And, the Mille Raiders are not happy about that call, and I don't blame them.
Lions at the 35, at their own 35, goes to Kim, Feldy at the 50, to the 40, to the 30, chasing 20, 10. Caden Feldy with the longest touchdown of the season, a 70-yard touchdown run. Caden Feldy.
Well, I tell you what, that was one of those where the momentum is with the Lions. You give it to your best back. He makes one little move and just skirts through the middle and bounces it. And just like that, the Lions score again, 44-20 with 5:30 left. They take advantage of the turnover.
What a great run by Caden Feldy. As soon as he got in the open, I couldn't spit out the numbers fast enough, Jeremy. The speed on that young man just lighting up the scoreboard tonight.
Yeah, he's a special athlete. There's no question. But he's going to take a break after that long run, and got a couple other running backs in there for the 2-point conversion here.
Here we go with Xander Kimball. Kimball looking off to the right side, finds Adam Shodine for the conversion. Touchdown, Adam Shodine. Oh, Brody Magard, it's a 9 versus 3. I told those young men they needed to switch numbers or one of them not play. 9 and 3 looks so much alike from the depth that we are here in the broadcast booth. That was Brody Magard on the conversion for the Lions.
Well, and they're built similar too, so that makes it just as difficult trying to see which one's which. But yeah, unfortunate for the Mille Lacs Raiders that call went against them on the interception. But like I said, it was almost identical to the opposite side of the field, and the Lions took advantage of that.
Yeah, Lions kind of taking advantage of everything today, which is amazing. If you are in the spot where you need to take advantage of some hail damage, get your vehicle over to Hones Auto Body and Glass and more. In fact, many insurance companies recommend Hones. They'll get you fixed up. So go ahead and take advantage of Hones Auto Body.
Well, and Jeff, the Lions are getting ready to kick, and as they do, we'll talk about our fifth quarter opportunity after the game tonight that we're going to be at the Raceway over at the Ogilvie Raceway. Oh, and the ball bounces off. The Lions did an onside kick again. The ball bounced off of the Raiders, bounced back to the Lions, bounced back to the Raiders. The Raiders settle on it, and they'll get the ball at the Lions' 48-yard line. But yes, fifth quarter tonight at the Ogilvie Raceway for all Ogilvie 9th through 12th graders. We're really excited to be able to be there with some bingo, a bonfire, some cornhole, some great food, and we're thankful for all of the people that help make that be successful and all the people that donate.
And that's happening tonight, and that's 9th through 12th grade. Next weekend at the Ogilvie Raceway is the 2025 Topless Nationals. Live bands, costume contest, kids trick-or-treating, and more. Tickets always available at the door. Ogilvie Raceway. Bring the whole family October 17th and 18th. We can't go on October 17th because it's my mom's birthday. I know she's listening tonight, so I got to give her a shout-out on that one.
Well, absolutely, Jeff. That's a no-brainer. You have to do that, and so good job on your part. I'm looking around right now, Jeff, and I'm not sure if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but a lot of heads hanging on the white jerseys, which I understand completely. You know, this is a big game for both sides, and it's not going the way of the Raiders right now, and they're struggling. They're trying to figure out how to work through some of the adversity, and I'm sure they're going to be a much better team because of it.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and they'll work through this. I'm sure they'll work through this, and they'll go into the playoffs. They'll go into the playoffs with a head of steam. I'm sure a team like this can bounce back after seeing what they've been able to accomplish this season. So we do have Coach Thornton once again for this series at quarterback. Gives a quick handoff and a gain of about 1 for. Did you catch a number on that, Jeremy? 44?
I did not. There's all the Raiders brought in their complete second string offense right now. The Lions are now doing the same thing. They have a lot of substitutions coming for the Lions right now as well, and both teams doing a lot of subbing as it's a 46-20 Lions lead over the Raiders with 5 minutes to play.
I expected a lot of things, but this score I did not expect. I'll tell you that. Coach Thornton, shotgun formation, single back set, 2 wide receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. Thornton with a low snap. Ball is bobbling all the way back to the 40-yard line of the Raiders. That's going to be a loss of 12 yards.
Luke Cook for the Lions was right there, ready to jump on it, but the quarterback was able to get back on it first, and the Lions have basically put the Raiders back into a 3rd and 22 situation here with 4 minutes 20 seconds to play.
Almost forgot to carry the 1 on that one. So Coach Thornton, same setup here. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right, 1 single back set. Thornton looking for his receiver and just out of bounds. A good defensive play by Brody Smith. Brody Smith caught by one of the coaches of the Raiders before he found the bench over here. So good job. That ball was well out of bounds there. It was uncatchable.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 21 for the Raiders. We'll see if they just line up to punt or if they're going to go for it. Definitely the whole mood of the game has changed since the beginning of the second half, Jeff.
Yeah, yep, and both teams kind of with their B squad in, maybe some of their C squad players, just to get a little time here underneath the lights. Lions have two receivers backed for the punt. Ball goes to Mason Jones, who almost touches the ball but decides to leave it. You had Nyquist and Jones back. They both kind of communicated over it. The ball was going close enough to Jones, and Jones decided, "Hey, I'm not gonna touch this and leave it alone." So
at that point, you better get away from the ball.
The ball's going to be placed at about the 34-yard line of the Lions.
Yeah, we'll see what personnel is brought in here right now from both teams. It looks like the Raiders have all second-team players in there for the most part on defense, and it looks like the Lions will have the same on offense right now. I think they're trying to figure out who they're missing on offense. Not sure if they're going to have to call a timeout here or not, but they should have time. The referees just got the ball set, and the down markers just got set, but looks like Nyquist is going to come in at quarterback and lead the Lions here with 4 minutes to play.
At the conclusion of the game, Jeremy, we're going to have the player of the game presented by Pine Insurance Agency. Our player will receive the coveted player of the game T-shirt for a job well done tonight. Thank you, Pine Insurance Agency, covering Minnesota and Wisconsin. And
Trip Lundberg got the ball going to the left side there. It's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. Nice run by the freshman.
Nyquist just got the play from Coach Adam Halverson, letting the rest of the team know. And they're coming up to the line. Nyquist is going to be under center. Split back set. Wide receiver off to his left, wing to his left as well. Nyquist. Ball goes to Lundberg.
Nope, that is...
zero, Max Hines.
Number 0, Max Hines. That is a 3-yard pickup. It's going to be 3rd and 2 at the Lions' 32-yard line. There's 3 minutes left as the clock continues to tick.
Nyquist coming back to the huddle with the play, transferring the data from one center to the other, and the Lions quickly up to the line. Nyquist going to go under center again. He's got Max Hines on his left, and Nyquist with the keeper up the middle, jumping and dragging a few of the Raiders as he gets Ogilvie Lions first down. The clock continues to click 2:31 here. Going to be a first down at the 38-yard line for the Raiders.
Yeah, Jeff, it's, we didn't expect it to be like this at the end of the game. We knew it was going to be a good game. We certainly weren't expecting a 26-point win, but
nope.
I tell you, it's hats off to the Ogilvie Lions for the way they stepped up and came to play today. They needed to do this for their section seating, and, just a tremendous effort by the Lions. And I don't have official stats because we don't have a stat book or anything up here, but my guess is that Caden Feldy is probably pretty close to 200 yards tonight of offense. So
yeah, well, he got 70 on his last touchdown, so that's a pretty good assumption on that one. Trip Lundberg with the ball carry, 2-yard run there. Trip, nice job on that one, bud.
We got 2nd and 8. Ball's at the 41-yard line of the Lions. 1 minute, 20 seconds to play.
Split back set, wing to the right, wide receiver to the right, Mason Jones. Ball goes to Max Hines, yes.
Yep,
Max Hines with a carry for about 4 yards. Good thing we didn't do legs day too hard today, huh, Max? A couple of these guys in my advanced training class during 5th hour, and so sometimes we hit the weights real hard, and some days not so hard. Today was a little bit lighter day being homecoming.
Well, that was sure nice of you, Mr. Schaefer, with the homecoming game tonight, not to overdo it in the weight room.
Well, I got to tell you, I get to hear the ins and outs of Ogilvie football, and the boys didn't think that they were going to get in tonight, but we didn't see this going to be the conclusion. That's Nyquist on the keeper. Nyquist pushing himself all the way up to the 49-yard line. Looks very, very close, Jeremy. I'm going to call it a first down. Can we get an official to call it a first down?
No, I think it's going to be just short. I think they're going to call it 4th down, but the Lions don't need to run another play. There's 20 seconds left. It doesn't matter. Coach Halverson can just call the boys over. They don't need to run a play. He's going to the huddle, but the reality
Nyquist
is
going to have 9, 8, still counting down. Boys going to the line. Nyquist kind of peeks back at the clock. He's looking like he's lining up, and he just lets the horn go. That is Nyquist.
No need to snap the ball there. Great job by the Ogilvie Lions football boys tonight, and pretty exciting game on homecoming, don't you say, Jeff?
Super exciting game. Nobody saw this score on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard of 46-20. Embrace Orthodontics, the team at Embrace believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifetime retention program. EmbraceMN.com. Jeremy, we're going to hear from a couple more sponsors, and then we're going to get our Pine Agency player of the game up here to give us a little chat about the Ogilvie Lions' success tonight.
Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway is open for the season. Ogilvie Raceway with racing action every weekend. The high-banked oval dirt track and 80-acre complex includes concessions, bar and restaurant, hospitality kiosks, and VIP suites. Come for the trackside tailgating. Stay for the racing action. Schedules, tickets, and race day info available at ogilvieraceway.com. Wagaman's Ogilvie Raceway. Don't let the action pass you by. Highway 23, Ogilvie.
Soderstrom Septic in Mora is here for any of your septic issues. Don't let a clogged septic system ruin your day. Soderstrom Septic can save the day, whether it's a simple septic pump, line clearing, septic design, to septic inspection, and septic repair. Let the septic experts help you today. Call Soderstrom Septic for fast, reliable, and affordable prices. Call 320-515-1081. That's
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately? It's because I no longer pay for hot water. What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer.
Hey there, Brad from Lease Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lease Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
All right, we are back with Ryan Millslagle, our player of the game. He's going to receive that Pine Insurance Agency Player of the Game t-shirt. Pine Insurance Agency with locations in Aiken, Ham Lake, Moose Lake, McGregor, and Pine City. Visit pineagency.us and learn how you can start saving. Ryan, were you expecting this kind of game tonight?
No, I was not expecting this. I was honestly coming out here thinking it was going to be a real close game. Well, kind of seemed like it at the beginning, but we ended up powering through it and getting our heads in the game.
Yeah, in the first half, you did a lot of defense and very little offense in the first half. The second half, it looked like you kind of came out and were kind of the lead blocker for Feldy and Smith. Talk about your transition from defense to offense, kind of working both sides of the field. You got enough gas in the tank for all of that?
Well, when I'm on defense, I'm just going. There's no thought of it. Just going straight ahead, blocking whoever I can, trying to get the ball. But then transition over to offense, it's slightly harder because I have to figure out my pockets, but I figure it out and get the job done.
Yeah, and with those boys running, I mean, you got to be hitting those holes as hard and as fast as you can, because both Smith and Feldy have some great speed, and so you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we had a couple really long runs out there. On the defensive side, you got yourself, you got T-Mac, and you got Carter Magard really getting deep into the Raiders' backfield tonight. Talk about those successes and like what it means. Like, do you guys in the huddle like, hey, we'll see you at the quarterback, or what do we get a feeling for that?
Well, we're just in there, and we're lined up. And sometimes we're offset, so we got to get our heads in the game and get in the right holes. So we just move over, kind of, and then basically, if we get it wrong, we just go as hard as we can and
try to make it up.
Get it back there, yeah.
Excellent. Well, Ryan, that was excellent. So we had a great couple turnovers. So the defense really started the game off strong. Couple defensive turnovers that turned into some offensive scoring for us. What was the mood like at halftime?
Well, mainly we were trying to keep our heads in the game and focus on keeping our heads so we're thinking we're down, but we're not, so we keep our gas going. Always keeping our head in the game, not thinking that we're just going to blow them out.
Excellent. Right. Ryan, it seemed like pedal to metal, just like out at Ogilvie Raceway out there. So Ryan, you are the tonight's Pine Insurance Agency Player of the Game. Each player tonight receives a T-shirt to highlight your effort tonight, and we need you. If you need an insurance agency that always puts their best effort forward, just like Ryan over here, for your home and auto and business insurance need, visit pineagency.us for a quote. Ryan, congratulations the Lions on their excellent win over the Mille Raiders. So that's going to do us for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening on KBAC Radio, and also those of you watching at home and listening at home on YouTube at Q Media Sports Channel 5. Jeremy, any last moments from you here?
Yeah, tonight was one of those nights that you just kind of have to soak in as a fan, as a high school student, because the Raiders came in here ranked very high in the state, an undefeated record. Ogilvie's had a couple games where it just didn't quite go their way. They weren't quite as mentally prepared as they needed to be, and tonight, boy, I tell you, they really brought it for a homecoming game, and some guys really stepped up, including Millslagle here, and it was really fun to watch as an alumni, as a former player, as a teacher. We're both teachers to these young men, and it's pretty encouraging to see them come out and play a game like that.
Yeah, Jeremy, we don't normally have school on Monday, but we do have school on Monday. I cannot wait for the atmosphere for school on Monday. The kids are going to be amped about a huge homecoming win over a 6-0 Raiders team, now 6-1 Raiders team. We're moving up to 5-2, going to be 4-2 in the conference. We put ourselves in the perfect position for for the playoffs. And Jeremy, I'm so excited for next week. We got Sabika. Sabika looks like they pulled off the win
against Ferndale.
36-34.
Yeah, it was two-point win, and it's a short week. It's a turnaround. It's a MEA week next week, so the boys have to have a quick turnaround and be ready to play on Wednesday. And it's a big game for seeding. So not only was this a big game, they can celebrate tonight.
Yep.
They can celebrate tonight, but tomorrow it's all over. It's all fresh. They got to get ready for Sabika for the playoffs. And again, Mille Lacs, same thing. They got to rebound for their next game because they're still sitting in a really good spot with one loss.
I think they play against Ferndale next week too. So going to be big games all the way around. Jeremy, I wish you and I were going to Sabika. Man, that would be a great time. I know we have prior engagements with MEA coming up, but it's going to be a great time. We should be able to catch the broadcast on Huddle, though. And so that's going to do it for us here. I'm Jeff Schaefer. That's Jeremy Tweet. Thank you so much for sticking around with us on KBEC Radio and QMediaSports.com on YouTube. Thank you, and have a great night.